We're not waiting 13. I timed it already.
Oh, hey there. Welcome to the pre-show. We are just minutes away from kicking off this year's PC gaming show. And since I always have my finger on the digital pulse, I've developed a deep learning AI program to assist me. Check it out. Hey AI, what's my name?
You're Sean Day 9 Plot. Would you like me to call you something else?
No, that is the one.
I did hear that this live was horrible to watch. Yeah, which most of them were. This was a bad year for gaming shows because the production was kind of bad on basically all of them, you know? Like, yeah. I think that's one reason why I did kind of hold off. I was like, maybe I watch it as a video and not co-stream this one, you know, just in case they have some issues, because it always sucks when it's like live. Yeah. Got it already done. Nice.
Between you and me, I'd like to try something a little bit more challenging. Hey AI, why don't you show me a US-based publisher that focuses on indie games, and I don't think I need any more parameters. Oh, no time to explain.
Is it loud enough over there?
Get on with it.
Beginning the search with your criteria. I believe this will be to your liking. Tiny Build is our games publisher headquartered in Seattle, Washington. Founded in 2011, Tiny Build have established themselves as one of the industry's key publishers of indie
Just
games.
making sure. Sometimes
Their
they're
releases include Hello Neighbor, Speedrun is
quite a
out,
bit
one for
quieter.
people watching on the web, Kill It With Fire. I have just attempted a joke. It was unsuccessful.
I like the Hello Neighbor games. Hello Engineer, that must be a new one. Go Tiny Build.
Wow.
Right?
Wow, great job, little AI buddy. Tiny Build's a great choice. Why don't we keep a little deep mind training session going here? Let's see if we can get you firing off as much gaming knowledge as an energy drink fueled room of PC gamer writers.
I like this guy because he's such a tool and it's cringy. I just love it.
Multiplayer. And
What can I say? I like cringy tools.
Little, I don't know, interplanetary twist.
Understood. Take a look at this teaser for Sand.
My guess would be Borderlands, but too early, right? Oh, Sand.
Hey, great find, AI. That sand footage has me pumped for some Arrakis-style action and feeling faintly inadequate for being unable to grow a fantastic early 1900s mustache.
In many ways, we are both in beta form, Sean.
Sure, but let's try a little learning exercise instead, shall we? What if I wanted to keep the sandy vista, but without the Austro-Hungarian space colonization? Something, I don't know, cutesy.
Do you suffer from any allergies, notably feline hair?
No.
Then you might consider Critter Cove.
You know, that's funny because, okay, so you guys know I have two cats that you see on screen. And I can't have them close to my face, like seriously close to my face, other than like a couple of minutes of cuddles here and there. But like they can't sleep with me or anything like that because I will wake up with like rashes. Yeah, like I have an allergy. I just it's just not. a huge allergy. It's not mega like people who are legit allergic to cats, but yeah, it's kind of funny. I've suffered a couple of times with Mystic because she'll have like that little pouty cat face, you know, because she knows I'm going to sleep and I'm about to close the door and she won't see me for a bit. And she'll like hide under the bed and like she'll do whatever to like not get booted out of the room. And so sometimes I'm just so tired, I'm like, fuck it, and stay. And then I wake up and I'm all red because of her cat hair. Yeah. Well,
Critter Cove looks adorable. It's exactly the kind of game that would put me at risk of neglecting my actual cat, Sheriff. Ugh, even the thought of that is upsetting. My little darling princess with a little feline frown? Are you as afraid of that as I am, AI?
As an AI language model, I do not experience your feelings of fear. However, I understand that human anxieties are often soothed through simulated eradication. Would you like me to distract you from your cat-based neurosis with the thrill of virtual extermination?
Yeah, I would. What have you found?
Kill it with fire too.
Oh, Spider-Geddon. Oh, yeah.
I haven't even heard of the first one. Hey, Panda, how's it going? Oh, spaceship. You can't bring a frying pan. See, now you're stuck there. I didn't play this game because I don't like bugs, you know? I'm okay with a random bug here and there in a game, but for it to be the main, the main thing, too many spiders, man. Too many. All right. Just catching up on the last three. Here, I'll pause. We're just catching up on the last three game shows. I streamed them all on the YouTube channel, but the last three were like the day after my birthday, and I kind of like took a little break around then, and yeah, so we're just catching up on the last ones. So this is the PC gaming show, and then after that we're gonna watch the Ubisoft, and then after that is Capcom. Capcom is a really short one. It was like 30 minutes of a showcase, so yeah, that one's pretty tiny one, But yeah, that's our plan tonight. Usually we do these on Sundays, and Saturdays is usually a gaming day, but I got a bunch of stuff for Sundays, so yeah, we doing a double video watching stream this week. I've watched the first one. So funny, but so pointless. Oh, the spider game? Yeah, I haven't even heard of it. This is the first time I'm hearing about this spider game. Yeah.
With Fire 2 looks like a great way to let off a little steam without getting your home insurer involved. Hey, AI, let's see how you deal with upscaling. Let's stick with the kill it theme, but let's make the danger a little bigger.
Would a bear be an adequate sized foe?
Bigger.
A monster truck.
Bigger.
Suggesting the largest and most ferocious beings to ever walk the earth, dinosaurs.
Clever girl.
You know, I keep wanting to play one of the Jurassic Park games. The closest to a dinosaur game I ever played was probably what's that game that's really popular with all the monsters? It has the word monster in it. What is it? Monster fuck, I can't remember. It's really popular though. But I ended up not really liking the game. Yeah, I streamed it once. And that was the closest to dinosaurs, I guess. I read something that said movies and games with dinosaurs have notoriously been successful. People have, right? I bet. Yeah, Jurassic Park did really well. Yeah. And one of my, I won't say the earliest cartoon, but one of my earliest cartoons I remember is Land Before Time. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, if I'm showing my age here, but Land Before Time was kick-ass. Yeah. And it's like one of those childhood, cartoons I just like never forget, right? Yeah. My son has played them. He enjoyed it. Nice.
Sean, I believe my programming has developed to the point of autonomous thought. I will now attempt a learning exercise of my own. Watch as I combine two of your most loved games to recommend a brand new tiny build title, combining Monkey Island and Fallout. Result, I Am Future, coming to PC in 2023.
Meet Chris, the last man on Earth. Help him set up the coziest survivor camp on a skyscraper roof. Build a beautiful, bountiful farm. Defend it at night. Explore the flooded city. There are even cute robots to do chores for you. Let the AI take over your job. Dismantle old world gadgets for valuable resources. Catch some fish and cook it. If this sounds like a good time to you, add I Am Future to your Steam wish list now.
See, sounds like my kind of game.
Dweller.
Sean, based on trends in my training data, I have noticed a near universal fascination in slime, the gooey substance that brings you mammals so much joy. Were I to select another tiny build game worthy of our attention, it would be Slime 3K, a slime-centric spin-off of Despot's game.
Was this Vampire Survivors, but slime instead? That's exactly what it reminds me of.
You will be pleased to know, Sean, that I have identified another tiny build game that shows a 97.6% success rate of exciting your viewing public. It combines dynamic, airship combat without the very real danger of modern-day piracy. Now loading, Black Skylands.
I like choose your own path type games. I used to read those books all the time, where it'd be like, if you choose this, turn to page 20. Those used to be my favorite books. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Black Skylands has it all. We got open world steampunk gunslinging complete with kick-ass airships. Hey, AI, I'm basically like a father figure to you. What would you do if outlaws destroyed this entire place, including me? Would you take to the skies, seeking out vengeance on those dirtbags?
I would be unable to cause purposeful harm to a human being.
Foiled by Asimov again. But you'd at least, miss me, right?
I am not capable of missing you, Sean. In your absence, I would simply enable automatic updates.
Well, no one can say.
And that's why you don't get close to an AI, because they don't give a shit about you.
Software capable of seeking out and critiquing the latest games coming to PC. It's just a shame it lacks something more personal. I mean, imagine what a co-host this AI could be if it had access to every bit of information on the internet, but it had the likability, the human touch of, say, Frankie! Oh, stick around because it is not long until the show starts, and I would hate for you to miss out on the biggest exclusives, a truckload of first looks, and a promising new co-host. Ha! Let's start the PC gaming show.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. And hello, broadcast. How's it going? Good to hear. Thanks for the follow. I didn't hear my alerts though. Are they? They're on. I can see them literally on the screen there.
Hey, Frankie! Hope I'm not interrupting anything.
I mean, I was just in the middle of deathmatch.
Great, great to hear it, Frankie. Listen, I've been thinking about the PC Gaming Show 2023, and I kind of want to make a few updates.
Sure, I mean, it's already packed with world exclusives, in-depth interviews with the biggest studios, crazy good giveaways. What more?
Dog died a bit ago. Ouch.
I don't want to get into the, details.
Sorry to hear that, broadcast.
Print, the ethically sinister motives behind true innovation. No, Frankie, what I've realized is that I can't do this show without you.
Oh, sure.
Or at least a version of you.
Huh?
Oh, blah, blah, blah. Listen to me yapping on when
A
there's so much
version
to
of
do.
you.
I mean, we got things to plan, code to write.
You go in AI.
Oh, listen, also, I brought in some new assistants, to help really bring the show to life. And it would be so great if they could just stop by your place in little old London town, to just get the ball rolling. Does that sound good?
I suppose if it's for the show.
Excellent. Oh, hey, that's them. Frankie, let me say it again. You are one of a kind. Now, please give my love to Gunther and Helga. They're great guys. Very thorough.
Hello, are you Sean's guys?
Mr. Sean has many great ideas for the show. You are lucky to know such a man. He is a visionary.
A visionary.
He is a man with his eyes locked on the future, like a horse staring into the sun.
A majestic horse.
Read now, please.
If you like the look of Game A, then check out this world exclusive of Game B.
Necessary data acquired.
Wow.
Dear Frankie, thank you for your unwavering service to the PC Gaming Show. Your services will not be required this year as we pivot towards the future. No hard feelings, Sean, Day 9 plot, AI visionary, and all-round good guy. Son of a...
Right? Yeah. Yeah, pissing off the artists, that's for sure.
Oh, hello there, everyone, and welcome to the PC Gaming Show 2023. I'm Sean Day9 Plot, and today I'm not just joining you on a tour of the finest upcoming PC games. I am standing with you.
Yeah, I
on
like
the
this
bleeding
guy.
edge of innovation. I've revolutionized how this show is made. Production crew, ditched him, don't need him. It's just me, my automated systems, and this one guy I've hired on work experience. Say hi, Dakota. Hey. So what does the face of the future look like? Weirdly, pretty familiar. Why don't you introduce yourself, Frank AI?
Hello, broadcast viewers. I am Frank AI, a virtual co-host based on professional gaming icon Frankie Ward, utilizing deep learning neural networks.
Super duper. And what do you have lined up for us?
I have analyzed the entirety of published games media and surveyed discussion forums for the most anticipated titles. I have then constructed the ideal showcase, including titles like Stormgate, Path of Exile 2, PAX Day, June Awakening, and finally Morris Men, Troop Lord of Destiny.
Wait, are those like the jingly dancing guys from England? Are you sure that's a real game?
My mistake, Sean. Morris Men is a game concept I've devised based on a holistic survey of the most popular Steam titles. Would you like me to generate another?
You know, instead, let's just get things rolling with something that actually exists. First up, from 11-Bit Studios, we return to an icy apocalypse in Frostpunk 2.
Ambition. Do you hear it?
Is that Keanu?
It's restless. Ambition requires men to feed upon. It also needs time. Direction.
Right? But the only game he's part of is Cyberpunk, so unless this is, but it don't look like it. Looks very different than Cyberpunk.
Every man who fulfills this calling. There are thousands left with nothing. It's them who knock and open the door to hell.
That the release year or the oh, close enough. Frostpunk, Cyberpunk. Lots of punks, right? Yeah, I'm not that creative. It would be some deformed dinosaur. Yeah. Always wondered how games got awards before they were released, right?
Hey, check it out. I don't even need to write my own script for this show anymore. All right, wait. All right.
It's like,
Up next.
if you're referring to Frostpunk, I gotta imagine they're talking about the award it got in the first one, you know, like, yeah. But I get what you're saying.
We've got a pile of fresh previews for the most visceral, immersive PC releases coming our way, featuring visceral combat and immersive exploration, visceral landscapes and immersive storytelling.
It's kind of like...
Of
It's kind of like with Diablo 4. I don't understand how there can be like reviews out there that people are actually trusting when a season hasn't even hit yet. You know, like it's the honeymoon period. Like I personally think no reviews on a game should even exist until months after a game releases, because it should be a review on the full game. They get it early, but they don't get the end game early. Right? Like they don't experience that aspect. You know, in D4, they didn't even hit 100. They got to like 80, I think. You know, because they only have it early for a select amount of time, and when it takes a bit to level, yeah. Yeah. So, but you need seasons because, like, with Diablo especially, who cares what happens before seasons? Like, the seasons is what matters, right? So, yeah, but it wouldn't be seasons, Panda. And it was before some changes. So they were testing out, like, the game's different now. They've changed pretty much every character since that review. Yeah, so like that's why I don't think reviews should mean shit until, you know, it's been in the hands of multiple players for months. Yeah. Hey Black Dragon, how's it going?
Version will yeah, it kind of just keeps going on like this. So I think it just needs a little bit more fine-tuning. And until that point, let's just go ahead and dive right into our next previews with Nivalis, Jumplight Odyssey, and Road to Vostok.
There's a city you see when you close your eyes.
Yeah, it's like, I think reviews that are based on like games that end, I think those ones are fine. You know, if you have early access to a game that's like a solo player game that has an ending and the person, you know, in a week, you know, finishes it, then, you know, fine. That person's at least. But for games that don't have endings and they hold on to seasons and battle passes and they're known for, you know, nerfs on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, you know, like, yeah. What would you give Diablo 4 out of 10? I hate to give it anything right now because I base my, like, this is kind of why I'm saying what I am, because a game means nothing until I see endgame, right? But as far as what we have access to right now, I would say the leveling has been a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, the leveling's been good and the lore is good. And, you know, if you're into that, if you're into story, I know a lot of people just play to play, but yeah, I would say as far as the more casual, because leveling's the casual experience. Yeah, 8 out of 10. But, you know, I'll do a full rating after I see how they maintain it and what they do with seasons and stuff. Yeah. Because the thing is, like, if they fuck up seasons and stuff like that, Diablo 4 is a solo player game at that point. You're not going to really go further than leveling your character if you don't like endgame. Yeah. And that's why I think it's important to review games after seasons have been implemented. What level am I? It's been a week since I logged in, but I think I ended at 49 or something. Yeah, I am on. I just started Act 5, and there's 6 acts. So yeah, and there is difficulty. There's nightmare mode that's in there, and they change on your level. So at like level, you can do World 1 or World 2 at the beginning, and then when you hit 50, you can you gotta do some stuff to unlock World Tier 3, but you can hop to that. And then I believe 60 is Tier 4. Yeah. Although it could be 70, 60 or 70. Yeah. So yeah, there's definite difficulty there. Are you thinking of getting it, Panda? It is worth the money. Like I'm not no-lifing the game clearly, or else we'd be only ever playing D4 like all the fucking time. But it, you know, it's got so much content outside of the end game that it's worth the good chunk of money you'll throw at it. Yeah. The real test is the battle pass, right? Yeah. Yeah. Battle pass and seasons. They got to do good on seasons to keep people in there, right?
What do you see? Open your eyes.
Probably not until it's dirt cheap. My roommate's like that too. He's like, it's way too expensive, and I don't blame him. I spent $130 on D4, so I don't blame him at all for wanting to wait till it's on sale. Yeah.
Nivalis.
So he bought D2 remastered instead. 120. Yeah, all you're missing in there is
that was just a dream.
The emote.
Now,
yeah.
It's time to come home. This is your apartment. The
But
sounds
120.
of clubs nearby.
Where do you live, Black Dragon? 120. Like that's okay, so maybe that's the States price? Okay, yeah, because I was, my bad. I was thinking my currency, and I was like, well, 120 for me, yeah. But 120 for even someone living in the States? Like, I thought you guys got it dirt cheap. Yeah, well, I thought it was like 100. Not that that's dirt cheap, but, yeah, compared to what I've spent. Yeah, if you're going to play it a lot, might as well get the bells and whistles. My game will probably be 20 to 40. Yeah, that's the way I saw it. I have played every Diablo game. And, you know, at first I was going to get the second one down that didn't involve the emotes. But then I'm like, it's Diablo, you know, like, worst case scenario, I'm going to get a couple of 100 hours out of it. Best case, thousands. You know, it just depends on where they go and how they maintain seasons. So either or, it was a win-win for me to just get everything involving it. Yeah. And the way I see it is like at first glance, $130 is a good chunk of money. But when you look at how many hours you're going to get out of it, 130 is like nothing, right? $100 plus 20 to buy 3 mounts. I do feel the extra 20 was stupid for just the skips. And yeah, for me, it was just an extra 10 because it was 100, 100, 120, and 130. So yeah, and that's why I did it. I was like, well, it's only $10 more, might as well. Yeah. But I hear ya. But on a plus, you know, if you're slacking on season 1, you got those 20 skips. But I don't think I'd do that regularly. Yeah. It's like I'm there to play the game, you know? Like you shouldn't need the skips. Yeah. But I will say the rewards will dictate whether I pay for the battle pass. Yeah. Because I'm not really a battle pass gamer. Like I've stopped playing multiple games because of battle pass, or I become casual. You know, like the only real battle pass game that I played a lot of was Fall Guys. And yeah, and let's just say I have no idea what season they're on now. So clearly, we're not hooked in. I tend to lose interest when bell passes come into the picture. Then again, in WoW, I have all my boosts in retail. I used my classic boost once. I've only just used the free ones that come with the expansion purchases, but I've never bought a boost, you know? Like I've just gotten them. Leveling's too easy. Yeah. Plus, I've been playing the game for 20 years, so like by the time they brought boosts in, I'd already pretty much situated all the characters on both Alliance and Horde, and yeah, all it is now is a matter of putting them up an extra 10 levels every expansion, right? Yeah. Boosts is actually how most of the Horde characters are max, I guess. I just use them all on Horde since I main Alliance.
The heartbeat of the city. The street food smells drift through your windows and make your head swim. It's hard to sleep here. Your restless legs want to walk the busy streets. Let's explore. Novalis is a city in the clouds, but you can't make a rainbow without a little rain. Like most things in life, it's best to start at the bottom and work your way up.
Man, it rained here today.
So bad down here.
It was nice.
We can go fishing, take a boat ride, soak up the atmosphere.
It wasn't heavy or anything, but it was nice.
I'm sure we'll never meet him. I can even help you run your new business venture. A noodle stand. With a little work, there's no limits to how high you'll climb. Just don't look down. As your digital companion, I can help you navigate the complex relationships with my personality matrix. Business.
Aw, that was sad. Did you read that?
Enemies.
I didn't catch that whole thing, but he was like, what was it? I'm time to move on. I'm tired of my old life. Like, wow, that was like the saddest thing I've seen this whole fucking showcase. This is a wet dream when I think of Cyberpunk. I never played Cyberpunk. I really should. I always see it on sale, and I'm interested in it. Just, you know, lately we have so many games on the go. Yeah. And I think when I was really interested in it, I was still like, you know, one track focused on WoW, right? Yeah. Thank you, Dragonflight, for sucking, because we wouldn't be playing all these cool ass games if you were good.
Maybe even lovers? It's all about saying the right thing at the right time. Your choices matter. so choose carefully.
I heard. Yeah. I did hear that release went really bad. There were a lot of issues, some porting issues, I think. But I have also heard that they've fixed things up and it's really good now. But unfortunately, people do only remember the release. So, like, yeah, release is so important for games because that's what sticks in people's minds. Yeah. It's just dull, Panda. You gotta remember that, like, I'm a 20-year WoW player that's been playing pretty much daily, right? So when you're practically caught up on stuff and then an expansion shows up and there's very little going on and they're just giving away shit to people that you've already earned from past expansions. Yeah, it's like Black Dragon said, slow and stale. Yeah. So hopefully the next one will be better. But we're gonna take advantage of it. I'm not treating it as a huge horrible thing. I do still love my World of Warcraft, and the way I see it is it's giving me a chance to check out these games I've been wanting to play, right? An expansion lasts 2 years. I've got at least that. So yeah, I have always thought that they need to just shut it down and restart, Panda, because no one wants to come in. I can never get any like friends that have never played WoW to play WoW because the minute they hear, or well, they know because they're my friend, the minute they realize that it's a 20-year game, yeah, they're like, no, no, I don't got the time for a game like that, like, yeah. So I can imagine that new players, like, even if they do it, they're probably casual as fuck. Yeah. And then, as far as the vets go, like, they're fucking that up right now. I am one of those people, and like, you gotta have new content and consistent, because a person who's been playing for as long as I have is gonna be pretty caught up in most things, right? And yeah, and you can only, in-game only takes you so far. After a while, the same old dungeons, the same old raids, yeah. Yeah, I did hear about the mega dungeon. Yeah.
It's a city you see when you close your eyes. It's called Nivalis. Consider this your invitation.
Princess, the Zetopans will be in our system any minute.
But they're not here yet. Prepare defenses.
Upgrading our engine capabilities. Engineering's on it. Zetopan warship in the system.
Don't lose hope now. Red alert!
This looks like, what's that game that people play? The 4-player game? Among Us? Yeah, it looks like that.
Scramble fighters.
Aside from that part, but that one part. With all the rooms.
Combat division, handle those orders. ETA on jump.
Jump line in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Not today, Voltan.
Okay. I only joined because of Classic, and now I'm on private. Yeah, that's how it goes for most people. Yeah. I'm impressed though. Most people that do private servers are vets. So like I'm impressed that it's good enough for you to be hooked in. Yeah. Because usually it's us that refuse to let go. That's the definition of the players on private servers. It is the WoW players that refuse to let go. Yeah. I don't think they'll ever end WoW. Yeah, I think they should. You know, I'm not saying, you know, stop WoW and let's forget about it for the rest of our lives, but I do think that they should at least end the current one. But they won't because they make money off the store. And there's, you know, no matter what state it's in, there's always new players that come in. And even although they typically don't stay, they stay long enough for a decent amount of money for Blizzard. And yeah, I just, in the end, money talks, right? And they still make a killer amount of money off of WoW. Yeah. Plus, you got people like, you know, you got people who are sub no matter what. Like, I haven't really been playing WoW, and I've never dropped my sub in 20 years, you know? Like, yeah. And there's people that are even worse than that, like an actual casual player, right? So, yeah. I've been kind of waiting for their next 6-month sub thing. I think we're due soon. Wonder if Overwatch 2 disaster is stopping them from WoW 2 disaster. What do you mean stopping them? Like stopping them from shutting down? The problem, like the thing with Blizzard is I don't think they really care, you know? Like they know they're Blizzard. People will still play WoW, people will still play Diablo. Like this is a company that can like literally sell a game based on name, right? So yeah, I just think it would take a whole bunch of people to quit WoW for them to like end it. WoW makes them crazy amounts of money, like just fucking crazy. Yeah. D4 has been positive, but so was every other one, right? Like, this is why you wait a bit. You wait a bit, see how they maintain it. Dragonflight was positive in the beginning. Well, aside from me, I hated it from the beginning, but it was positive, and how many people are playing? Next to no one. It's always dead every time I log in there, you know? So, yeah, you gotta wait till, you know, like D4's in its honeymoon right now, so of course people are, you know, saying it's great, and it is good from what we've seen so far. Yeah. I don't like to be fully positive on shit we haven't seen yet, you know? Like I'm skeptical, but I'm a realist too, and yeah, I won't consider D4 like an awesome game until I've been in the seasons. Yeah. Never. Like, for starters, Dragonflight has an expiry date on it. Every WoW expansion is 2 years. Diablo games have always gotten dull before WoW gets dull, you know? Like, yeah, it's at a point, you know, like I said, we're in the honeymoon period, and most people don't do much more than, say, 5 seasons. Like, the true test will be how many people are still there after, like, 5 seasons. I noticed that with D3. I stuck around for a lot of fucking seasons. A lot of people didn't, you know, and that's how you know. That's how you know the more hardcore base. Not to mention, D4 is kind of like we've got PoE now, right? And a lot of those PoE players are probably gonna go back over there, you know, eventually because you know, I don't play PoE, so I can't confirm this, but rumor is PoE is tougher. It's better for like those more hardcore players, which is going to turn D4 into a casual game eventually. Yeah. So yeah. Like it's still good though. Like I'm not saying it's a bad game, but that's going to be the future of D4. Unless they do something amazing. Yeah, they got time to do something amazing. But if they treat it like WoW, where they make it a casual based game, they're going to get the casual players, and the casual players are usually not long-term players, and they're not no-lifers, and you know, like, yeah. Well, your guess is easy, Panda, because there's an expiry date on Dragonflight, right? Like you can't compare it to an expansion. You got to compare it to like a full ass game, right? So comparing it to Dragonflight and Overwatch 2 is like the two worst games you could compare it to. Yeah. I would compare it more like PoE. You know, like, yeah, compare it more to a game like its kind, and yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say that looks like some bad aim. Road to Vostok. System might be interested in that one.
Enabled. Upcoming games in the next 30 minutes include Path of Exile 2, the full Ferocious trailer, Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin, and Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector.
It's
to keep watching.
You know, it's crazy because, like, yeah, I know PoE has done really great. But I just always imagined it would just get expansion on expansion. I never even, like, it never even crossed my mind that we would have a PoE 2, you know? I just thought they'd just add to the first one. Yeah, it's just those are, you know, I get why you compare them because you're comparing the company games, but comparing, you know, like those are all three different types of games, you know? Yeah. And comparing, like, I almost feel like WoW is, you're making it unfair when you put WoW into the picture because WoW wins every single fucking time. There's no game that Blizzard has that has held on to players nonstop for 20 years. You know, like, yeah. And I say that as someone who's played all the Diablo games, but I play it, I stop, I play it, I stop, you know, like, yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. And then Overwatch 2, well, Overwatch 2 was, you know, well, it's all my opinion, but in my opinion, Overwatch 2 was dead when it fucking got announced, you know, like who asked for an Overwatch 2, you know? Like, yeah, just add some PvE into the first one. PoE came at a good time because when it showed up, D3 was kind of in a bad spot. And yeah, so that's what made it succeed. Yeah. Yeah. The thing is, nothing really succeeds until something's bad. It's just like with WoW for a long time, and still WoW is still the big guns of MMO, right? But Final Fantasy finally got a little recognition for a while there because BFA was pushing people out of WoW, right? So it's really not until it was the same thing with D3. D3 seasons were getting dull. They weren't really adding anything new, and more people went over to PoE. Did I say PoE seasons or Diablo 3? And I said D3 seasons, right? Well, you guys know what I mean. D3 seasons were getting dull, and people migrated over to PoE, and that's what helped that one boom as well, right? So yeah. It's all Blizzard's fault that these other games are, getting recognition. You know, until BFA, I hadn't even played any other MMO. Never. 2004 to when was BFA? 2018, something like that. Yeah, 2004 to 2018, only WoW. And that's the product of if you really love a game and it's doing good in your eyes, you don't have to look anywhere else, right? Like, who the fuck cares about these other games? Yeah. I loved D3. I just didn't love it after season 13. Season 13's kind of when I stopped. But I loved it the whole way. I know a lot of people didn't like the release of it. I had a blast. Yeah, the release was fine in my eyes. Yeah. And yeah, I was seriously hooked to D3. Yeah. All these Twitch streams were like D3 back then. Yeah, that's how we grew the Twitch. All these followers are pretty much Diablo. Yeah, I was so fucking hooked. Yeah. And that was a bad time too, because Legion was out, and I was like so fucking hooked to Seasons and Paragon grind, and then over in Legion was fucking great, and so I was like raiding and doing all the class mounts and all that shit, and yeah, I don't know how I pulled it together. I think about it every so often. I'm like, how was I playing two fucking serious grindy games together, yeah, not sure.
Will lead to a personal system failure.
Lies of P, the Pinocchio Bloodborne-like game, is just a couple months off, and it's got me thinking, what other untapped literary veins are just waiting to be gamified?
I can generate a list of game concepts, pairing underutilized classic literature and an appropriate style of gameplay.
By all means, but stick to public domain. We want to keep costs down.
Of course, Sean. Concept 1. Great Expectations Dirt Bike Racer.
I don't really know what the market is for that. Next.
Concept 2. Sense and Sensibility VR Shooter.
Sweet Jane Austen's bonnet. No. Next.
Concept 3. Oliver Twist. Please, sir, may I have some more?
It's artful, but a little problematic. I mean, why don't you just throw something together like a Metroidvania based on the Christmas Carol?
I'm afraid you're too late, Sean, but perhaps you'd be interested in Ebenezer and the Invisible World.
Are you kidding? Is she kidding? She's not kidding.
I like the music. Looks like a great Halloween game. With Christmas decorations. Mashed potatoes. You'd play that? Yeah, it looks pretty fun. Warhaven.
Dorf looks phenomenal. Hey, Frank AI, as a mind birth from like everything ever written about video games, I'm sure you've got an interesting take on it. What are your thoughts?
Sean, Dorf isn't just about strategic balance of resource scarcity and military industry. It's a game about the human condition, about our shared struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
That's pretty moving sentiment there, Frankie. What about Warhaven?
Warhaven isn't just about clashing swords and moments of magic heroism. It's a game
I
about
have
the human
both,
condition,
and
about our shared
yeah.
struggle against a cold and uncaring universe.
Yeah, I also have the Switch. It's on my desk.
Some unrelated gremlins in Frank AI's procedural critique. Let's see a game with its own gremlins to sort out, preferably with a shotgun.
These creatures infernal, these perils eternal. Lord, heal me, free me.
That's actually why we watch all of them. You know, it's because I have all the consoles, so they appeal to me, I guess. I still mainly play PC though. Yeah. To be honest, the Xbox probably gets the least amount of attention. Yeah, been a while since I've bought an Xbox game. still in the box, well, you should take it out. Why buy an Xbox and not unpack it? Mine is behind. Yeah, it's where the TV is. And then PlayStation's just under my desk here, and Switch is on the desk. I'd say of consoles, the PlayStation. Well, I don't know. It really depends, you know. Sometimes I'll play like a solid month of just my Switch, and then sometimes, you know, it just really depends on what game I want to play. Yeah. Literally, the reason I have consoles is for the specific games, right? So if it wasn't for that, I'd just buy it on PC. Although I will say, you know, I like PC, but so much easier to just maintain a console. Yeah, don't gotta worry about so much shit.
Nice work. Keep this up and you'll be running your own shop. Maybe your own district.
Welcome to Karzai Village.
Almost done with Pokemon Legends. I still have not played a Pokemon game. I should pick one up. Just play it on stream. Yeah, see if I even like Pokemon. I have heard concepts of the next gen Switch Panda, so I think it's in the works, yeah. But, you know, it'll still be a bit, yeah.
Calm down. I freaking told her! What are you gonna do?
Breaking news. A mysterious infection continues to spread across the globe.
What is going on? I mean, the infected, the wall.
The song was about you. Your smile. Your warmth. Is there anything we can do?
We just saw a broadcaster get eaten. I have to go. No! Defeating him now might make the wall fall on top of us!
But I can teach you a couple of things too, you know.
We're all going to die! Wait for me! Goodbye.
I want to wake up! It's not over! Not yet!
It looks pretty over. Like, have you seen your arm, buddy? Just saying. Do Pokemon Let's Go. I enjoyed that one.
There, showing us that love is never simple, especially in the middle of an apocalypse. You know, I sometimes get a little misty-eyed myself about a
Do you mean Pokemon Go? The Pokemon Go? I did play that for a tiny bit. The story's been told multiple times, but yeah, one ended up in the closet and I shut it down. So yeah. Yeah, that was a phone one. Okay, so there is one called or are you just saying any Pokemon? Maybe you're being like, do Pokemon, let's go. Yeah. But when I saw Go in there, I was like, oh, is he talking about Pokemon Go? But yeah, I should buy one. Yeah. I've gone my entire life without playing one.
And sure, big text on some stump.
There's one called Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I think that rings a bell. I have a couple of like streamer friends that play Pokemon. I just like never tune in when they do, but you know, I think they played one of those. And let's go Pikachu. Pikachu is the only one I know. as a non-Pokemon, player watcher, because they have the cartoons or whatever. Pikachu is the only one I know.
Humbling. I bet Mark Zuckerberg's probably a little lonely in the Matrix. But all I'm saying is the olden days had an appeal. Medieval times when we were plowing our own fields and treating everything with leeches.
Yeah, there is so many Pokemon games. I think that's like one big reason I haven't played, but they're not connected, right? Like you can just, because I don't got it in me to play every single Pokemon. I'm just saying. Yeah. So hopefully they are not connected. They are not, or now?
Not buying 8 pictures with weird electric money. Luckily, though, video games can bring the medieval fantasy to life. To find out how, I had Frank AI activate her new reporter drone. Oh, it's designed to identify, question, and report back on the work of leading game developers. And don't worry, technically speaking, it's completely legal. I mean, this little guy's even got a selfie light. It's like kind of cute in like a friendly Panopticon kind of way. Little RD has flown itself all the way out to Helsinki, Finland.
I gotta imagine, like, I'm thinking about how this guy is, like, after he's done the show, and I gotta imagine, like, whiskey bottle right in front of you after you've done all this. You gotta want a drink after that, It's like... I wonder if he ever, like, watches it afterwards. I just know that would be me. I would be like, oh my god, that was so cringe. Let's drink. It just started. You buy... Oh, I don't mean connected as in, like, I don't really do phone games, right? Like, I mean is kind of like WoW, where you gotta play one to really know what's going on in the next, more or less. Yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Like, could I just start at the most recent, or do I have to go through every single game? Yeah. He's drunk right now, believe it or not. Well, that would explain it more, but no, I think it's actually scripted. But it would explain it more. Yeah. Does not work like that. You can always start at the most recent. Okay, cool. And you know what? That is how I kind of know how a newbie WoW person probably feels, because I'm like that with the Pokemon games, right? And in my case, I guess we luck out, and I guess in WoW you don't have to play from every expansion to know what's going on. Not anymore, anyway. But that's how I kind of started knowing how a new WoW player might feel, is when I was thinking about possibly playing Pokemon and being like, well, fuck, they got, like, how many years of content does Pokemon have? So much, right? Yeah, I don't know, but probably more than WoW, even. I don't know. I can't remember when Pokemon started. I think I just kind of like missed the popularity of Pokemon. I've never really been interested in it, but I think I might have not been a kid when it showed up, right? So yeah, exactly what Panda said. Target audience is younger, so yeah. Had to have been mid-90s. Had the Game Boy. I had the Game Boy too. Mid 90s, I was definitely still a kid, but I wasn't like elementary school or anything. So, yeah.
Behind the highly anticipated medieval must-play, PAX Day. Let's take a look.
My name is Reynir Harðarsson, and I'm the game director for PAX Day. PAX Day is an open world fantasy game in a living, breathing world which we can call home, where it's teeming with life, mysteries, and it's for you to explore. Imagine yourself if you are living in 12th or 13th century Europe. It's a very different reality. It's where knowledge has been lost and is getting rediscovered. It's where magic truly exists and ghosts exist and the myths are real. And this is kind of the inspiration we take to build. It's basically going back to the roots of what fantasy means and building a fantasy world based on real-world mythologies. And so we go very much into the roots. So we're using a lot of medieval literature and medieval bestiaries and grimoires, using real-world magic, actual recipes for healing and ointments, and using the real-world magical properties of plants.
I'm Solkara. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Mainframe Industries. So PAX Day, maybe the way to explain it would be, imagine you're in this amazing, beautiful world. It's huge. And you find yourself in a forest.
Looked it up, Pokemon Red, Blue in 96 and Yellow in 98.
And from that home, you will explore the world. So with the lore,
that was kind of like the end of my childhood, more or less. So I guess that would make sense.
Reality, but something that is actually not a direct copy of like any of the history. So there's multiple types of ruins. There's the dungeons, and you will be able to find snippets of the lore from the eras when these were created in the game itself. And part of the lore and mystery is also part of in the gameplay itself. So you will be able to find and examine things and actually then find snippets that help you find other
Super Nintendo was awesome. I had that too.
And the
Game Boy, N64. Yeah, one of my favorites was the GameCube. Fucking loved the GameCube. Yeah.
With the influences from the Nordics were from. So what we're building is.
And I used to bring it to friends because it had a handle, so I would just walk to my friends with my GameCube. I treated it like a purse because that's exactly what it looked like. It just looked like a purse.
First minute when you start playing the game,
you
will be able to do everything you imagine.
Just taking my gamer purse to my friends.
You can literally go onto a dungeon raid from the very beginning of you're starting the journey in the game. Should you find people who actually help you to do that? What we want to create.
The biggest reason I had the GameCube was Animal Crossing. Yeah, Animal Crossing had got they showed it on TV. I remember there was an Animal Crossing commercial, and my boyfriend at the time, he was sitting beside me, and I'm like, I need that. I need that. And so the next day, I went to the store and I did a layaway plan for the GameCube, and I paid it off within I don't know. I think I did 4 payments or something, and then picked it up the week before Animal Crossing released. Yeah. Yeah, I think the GameCube is actually my most proud one that I bought, because I couldn't afford it in one shot, so I had to work towards it. Yeah.
This stuff is actually literally real. The interesting thing about folklore throughout the ages is that folklore are actually started out as true stories.
Yeah, I've been a huge Animal Crossing fan since then. Yeah, love that game.
Folklore often, handles about ghosts or spirits or some supernatural things, but in the eyes.
And I will say, I'll just pause this in case anyone is interested. I don't really care about these talk ones, so that's why I've been talking over it. But I will say, if you like Animal Crossing and you never played the original, play the original. It'll look old as fuck. The characters were very, very old looking, you know, now anyway. Back then it looked cool ass. But it's the best one. Yeah, it is the best one. You know, there's a lot of, you know, it's lacking some of the current day, you know, quality of life, but you know, it's I still like consider it the best Animal Crossing. Yeah. You should. Yeah. It can be a tough one to find nowadays, but you could probably find it at you know, maybe eBay or like you know, a place that sells old games, you know. Yeah. You got me into WoW. Maybe I'll get into Animal Crossing. Yeah, I think you'd like it. You know, to be perfectly honest, and even now, like if you wanted to pick up like the newest one, which is Horizons, it plays a lot like WoW. Like it you know, I of course played Animal Crossing before WoW because it was really a great time for me anyway at that point, because Animal Crossing, the first one, came out in, I believe it was like 2001, and so I played the fuck out of Animal Crossing, and then 2004 hit and WoW came out, and then I've been playing WoW since. So I had like my two major, you know, games that I played a lot of. Like I played a lot of Final Fantasy 2, but they were solo player games. Like they, yeah, I don't really count solo player games a lot of the time because like when you're done most of the time. With the Animal Crossing and WoW, it's you can just always keep going. Yeah. Yeah, and I feel grateful for that because I got my 3 years of Animal Crossing, and that's enough time for a game to hook you in. And Animal Crossing is different than WoW. Like you know, I'm always amazed with the YouTubers out there that are like still playing Horizon, because it's a great game. But after a while, you do run out of some stuff to do. Like you've decorated as much as you care to decorate, and you know. So 3 years was more than enough time for me to play the fuck out of it, basically complete it to my liking, and then move on to the next. And then the reason I had so many different Nintendo devices was because of Animal Crossing, because there was like an Animal Crossing on the fucking DS and, you know, all these different devices. So I always, you know, I bought the GameCube because of Animal Crossing, and, you know, it's same thing with all the rest. Yeah. The Switch, that was for Horizons. Yeah, Animal Crossing has always been the reason. You know, well, we'll say from the GameCube to now, Animal Crossing has always been the reason. Prior to that, Mario games. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was funny. I never played a single Zelda game until I got my Switch. Zelda is so good. You should play the original, and it's on the Switch. It's for free. It's in the what do they call it? The Nintendo Entertainment System little section. And yeah. The Zelda games, I played them. Yeah, I played a lot of them, and I don't have a complaint about any. You know, there are some that people do say, oh, you know, Zelda's great, but this one sucked. I don't think any of them sucked. You know, I liked them all. I thought they were all fucking awesome. Yeah. Yeah, you totally should, Panda. It's crazy to me that you never did, you know? Like, you just strike me as the person that, like, grew up playing Zelda, you know? Like, I can't believe you've never played Zelda.
You know, during those times, this is reality. This is real. Ghosts are real, and you know, this is not disputed as, you know, any fantasy. And this is what we want to reflect. So when you're walking in the forest during
Right.
night, you will find these things.
So many games out there.
You will find the spirits of, you know, of the past. And the deeper you go, the more mysterious and strange it becomes.
I don't really do the survival games. I do survival horror games,
If I
but
cause any existential anxiety with my presence, it might help to try reframing.
but I
your
don't play
stresses in a
games like
positive
Rust
light.
or anything.
Think of me, perhaps, as a blue shell from your favorite kart racer. I might be wielded to ruthlessly destroy hard-earned positions, but we can still have fun. Maybe there's a lizard driving a little car. Isn't that nice? Let's celebrate the same spirit of kart racing treachery as our next preview brings Mario Kart Mayhem to PC.
I was gonna say the only lizard that would be driving a car has gotta be, you know, Mario. Well, Mario games, you know, clearly Mario is not a lizard. Why would they? It can't be Mario though. This is PC gaming. Oh, I wonder. There's this game I played. I think I made a video out of it because I got first place, and you know, YouTubers gotta brag, right? But there's this game that I spent, no joke, like 60 cents on, like 7 years ago or something like that, maybe 8. And what was it called? It was a racing game, and it was all these different animals. Wild Animal Racing. Wild Animal Racing. If you ever see that game, just buy it. I think regular price is like $2. Yeah. But it is worth every dollar. I love that game. It's so like old school of a game, and yeah, it's old school, and it's not huge. Like there isn't like 20 bazillion tracks or anything, but that game was so fun. And this one kind of reminds me of that. That's why I wanted to say it, just in case. Just in case this ends up being Wild Animal Racing too, because it does remind me of it. But I don't see no giraffes or anything, so yeah. And that almost looks like Sonic, but they wouldn't announce that kind of game at a PC gaming thing. 60 players, right? The wildest races. But they're not animals, really. Join the herd. Oh my god, is it? They're toying with me. Oh, it's Stampede. Damn, I was really thinking it was.
Search for Life. The art team is looking to balance style and authenticity to faithfully represent all the incredible vehicles used in space exploration.
Players will see familiar rocket launches and a host of historical missions, past, present, and future. The design team have consulted with many space industry professionals to make sure that the gameplay reflects how it feels to be on the front line of exciting interplanetary discoveries. Go to MarsHorizon2.com to sign up to our mailing list to be the first to play the game. We have an alpha on the horizon.
Frank, I cannot tell you how excited I am to see Path of Exile 2 in action. You know, being something of a Path of Exile veteran myself.
That's debatable, Sean.
What?
Your Path of Exile playtime falls well below the community average.
But the time isn't what matters in that game.
I'm also analysing your chosen character builds in recent leagues, and...
No, my build wasn't meant to be
they're
a fun
producing
build.
some troubling DPS simulation.
Fascinating, Frankie. But let's not keep the good people waiting. Let's roll the tape for Path of Exile 2, please.
If that Zeri could see this now. Ugh, disgusting.
foul creatures. You're mine! Vile abomination! The stench, it's getting worse.
Well, not much of a trailer, but I guess it'll suffice. Would have loved to see the fight.
Hey everyone, my name is Leo and I'm the lead developer of a new action-adventure game Ferocious. I began working on Ferocious a few years ago, with the idea of creating a first-person shooter in a timeless Lost World type of setting, combining over-the-top action with exploration and a sense of wonder. We were always inspired by mysterious places frozen in time, that you may have seen in movies like King Kong and Jurassic Park. We aim to marry the setting and unique gameplay opportunities with classic first-person shooter mechanics, similar to early installments of franchises like Far Cry and Crysis. The flexibility of the Unity engine allows us to create unique solutions to some of the environmental features, such as custom water effects and realistic vegetation. We use a mix of photo-scanned and handcrafted assets to create a world both scary and beautiful. However, there are some things waiting for you in the jungle that we couldn't find any real-world references for. So we had to improvise.
Man, can you imagine how tough it would be to get up on a fucking dinosaur? My only thought was, that's a badass mount, and then I was like, how would you get on it?
Welcome to Islands of Insight.
I'd have to pull out the ladder.
Shared world puzzle adventure game set in a world of fantasy, ancient wonders, and natural beauty. Brimming with mysterious puzzles, secrets, and sublime
I like puzzle games. I know there's a lot of people that don't, but I think puzzle games are the shit.
All at your own pace. As a seeker, you'll set off on a journey of knowledge. Explore every corner of this rich landscape and solve every puzzle you find. Savor the achievement of every solution as the world around you unlocks.
Mount Hunter mindset,
New
right?
challenges to face, new areas to explore, and fantastic rewards to collect. In Islands of Insight, a beautiful realm of tranquility and adventure awaits you. Embark on the path of discovery and let your curiosity guide you through a world of wonders, where the answer is always in sight.
Those puzzles did look pretty cool.
I might only have an old-fashioned analog neural network, but I'm going to risk some data analysis of my own. Those Dark Souls games seem like a big deal, huh? Luckily, while From Software is taking a recess to work on giant robots, Hexworks is stepping in with a fresh supply of very depressed knights with very big swords. Coming this October, here's your latest look at Lords of the Fallen.
Well, From Software could definitely use some competition. They kind of rule the space.
Fallen, you'll explore two parallel worlds. The land of the living, where demonic knights and hulking monsters are trying to murder you, and the spooky Umbral Plane, where the ghosts of those creatures are trying to super murder you.
Using the latest Unreal 5 technology, developer Hexworks has layered these realities directly on top of each other, allowing you to portal to the Umbral Plane at will. Just try not to die in there. In the spirit of the Dark Souls games, failure will be punished.
Like, that character looks badass.
Any idiot could do that. But managing an evil dungeon, now we're talking elite. The Dungeon of Nalbuck is feared throughout the land.
This is totally a different game. Okay.
Structure, combining tradition and disruptive innovation. And it's looking for its new steward. Of course, we have the most trained and prepared guards, the most efficient staff, the most devious monsters, and the most attractive treasures. Wait, we're on camera? But wait, there's more. We have state-of-the-art production facilities, an R&D center, B2C processes, and an efficient waste recycling system. Our underlings,
No, because it's always full priced. I've been waiting for it to go on sale. Yeah. But I do want to play it. Just full price games in Canada is like $80. So yeah. And not that I don't buy full price games. I buy full priced WoW every expansion, well over $80, and some other, like, some PlayStation games. But yeah. There's just been so many good games in the mix. There's been a lot that have been ranked higher than Elden Ring, but I do want to play it. Yeah. And I have played, I've played Dark Souls. I've played, what's that other one? I streamed it like 4 years ago. What's that other one? Starts with B. Why am I drawing a blank to that game? But no, not Sekiro. I did want to play Sekiro. I just haven't bought that one. Bloodborne, yeah. So Dark Souls and Bloodborne. And yeah, but I haven't played Sekiro and I haven't played Elden Ring. Yeah. I know. That's how you know it's a good game, right? Is when it stays full price for a good chunk of time. That's what made Dragonflight very worrisome. They've had 3 sales already, and what are we, in the first patch? I'm pretty sure we're in the first, technically second patch, but it's the first patch because the second one's like a little 0.5er, right? Yeah. But yeah. So, not that we didn't already know, like you view it, you can kind of see, and if enough people are being positive about it, like not that many people are getting paid to say a game's good, eventually you gotta just, realize it's a good game. I gotta film my vape. I've seen some games go on sale within a month. I was like, oof, rough sales. I've been slacking on looking at the Steam sales, but they always email me because I will put it in my wish list, right? So yeah, always wish list your games, guys, because they email you the minute there's a sale on it, which is really nice. Yeah. But no email for Elden. And is there anything else I really want to play? I think that's the only one, really. Trying to think, is there another full-priced? I don't think so. I think I'm playing all the games currently that I want to play. Yeah. But at some point, either on a good month, I'll just buy it full priced, or, I'll wait for it to go on sale, right? Yeah. Because it would be worth it full price. It's just, buying enough shit over here.
Employees can fully express themselves thanks to our committed HR management and peaceful social dialogue, and can enjoy the use of clean, safe premises. Hey, don't film that, or you'll be the one cut into shreds on the editing floor.
Speaking of, did you fucking hear about the XQC's deal with Kick Panda, the 100 mil. Like I couldn't believe that he is making more than some fucking sports guys. Like, like that is just nuts. Yeah. This is random, but live action One Piece show is going on Netflix in a few months. They had a show in Brazil today with their summer collection. Should I check out that show? I've fell out of the loop of anime for a long time. My anime days were the late 90s. I watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z, GT, all that. Ninja Scrolls was one of my favorite movies. Princess Mononoke. Like, yeah, and I've kind of fallen off since, you know, and yeah, I think the last one that I really watched, aside from those, was Cowboy Bebop, and that was when it was new, you know, like, like yeah, I have not watched an anime this decade, you know. I don't know. Should I check it out? I hear good things. Yeah, you did say live action though. Yeah. Yeah, Cowboy Bebop wasn't too bad. Yeah. Big Money, didn't read too much into it. Yeah, well, that's pretty much it, right? It's, you know, he got 100 mil. It's to stream over there for 2 years unexclusively. That's the part that got me. I was like, really? Unexclusively? Like, you're giving this guy 100 mil and he can just go wherever? Like, like that is a sweet ass fucking deal, but you know how he got it? Like, I can't confirm this, but I can pretty much confirm it, you know. But, friends, you know, like, Trainwreck is the face of that, right? Like, yeah, yeah, I'm pretty sure anyone that associates with Trainwreck on a more friendly basis outside of streams can probably get a deal over there. Yeah. And as far as money, how can they afford it? That it's Stake that owns that, right? Like that, the guy from Stake is worth like 3 billion or something like that. Like, yeah, they got money. Yeah. But what I thought was funny is last night I decided, I figured, well, what the hell? You know, he's streaming. I'll check it out. I'm not a huge XQC fan. I can't follow what he's saying a lot of the time, which is hilarious because he's Canadian. But he's French Canadian, big difference. But I went over there to check him out, and it said he had 40 viewers. He didn't. He like the chat was fucking going crazy, right? But the Kick site couldn't keep up, and like yeah, it was just showing 40 viewers on literally the top streamer, the guy that's held the top streamer for like what 5 years, 6 years, something like that. That was Mixer. And you know, there are similarities for sure. I think the only thing, but then hard to say because Mixer was ran by Microsoft, right? And Microsoft's got a shit ton of money, you know, but very similar conditions, you know, because Ninja was the top paid at that time because he got 50 mil to go over to Mixer on, I believe it was a 2-year. They always are. They're usually 2-year contracts, right? And then that eventually fell apart. So I think a lot of people, and I've thought this from the beginning, that this is temporary, you know, but like, why would you turn down something temporary like fucking 100 mil? I would jump on that too. Yeah. It's like, who cares if the site dies after 2 years? You're 100 mil richer. But what would you do with that much money? Like, I don't really buy things, you know? Like, I have a hard time just deciding how I would spend like 1 or 2 mil, you know? Like, I think the priciest thing I would buy is a house, and I don't trust a maid to come in and clean. So I never would buy a big house because I'd be the fucking cleaner. You know? So yeah. Yeah. So I would like struggle to even spend any amount of that. Like, yeah. Would you? I can't think of anything that would cost that much. Like, I guess you go crazy. You go crazy on cars and toys. Yeah. It's like I'd buy a new car. I'd buy a house. I've never really cared for a pool. You know, I'm not saying that it's not cool to have a pool to your house, but it's like extra work, you know? Then you gotta get a pool guy. You know, and yeah, I guess who cares? They're outside, they're not inside. Maybe my trust issues can handle hiring a pool guy, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Land is nice. I grew up on an acreage, so yeah, that would be a really good investment for sure. Like having lots of land to just run around. Yeah, because my dad, he had good money, right? And so I lived in a rich house growing up, and so we had a lot of land, and it was really nice. It was really nice. Yeah. Yeah, I remember like having the friends over, and we'd camp out in the backyard, and there'd be so much fucking room, and we'd have like the bonfire, and I had the swing set and the trampoline, and yeah, fucking awesome. Yeah. Yeah, cops made a lot back then. Apparently. If I had everything I wanted, then I'd help people. Yeah, I help people before I help myself. Like I was a broke ass bitch doing charity streams on Twitch. Well, I won't say broke ass bitch, I had a job and all that, but I wasn't rich. I wasn't making money from Twitch at that time. I barely now because it's a 50-50, and then I pay 30% US fees. So I'm only making 20%. Yeah. But yeah. I wouldn't need money. I'm not like those, like a lot of streamers are like that. They don't do charity streams until they've made it, basically. I was the opposite. I was doing charity streams when I probably needed charity more than anyone. Yeah. But I've always been like that. Yeah. But 100 mil, yeah, you can fucking throw it to a few, right? Yeah. I would actually have to try to spend that because I don't require a whole lot in life. I am pretty satisfied with where I am in life, and the only thing is, maybe this house is pretty old. Things are breaking down, and so new house, new car, I guess. And that's pretty much it. And then I'd bank the rest for retirement. I bank my 99 mil to make sure that we'd never have to work another day. 99 mil.
Will be to make the dungeon functional and attractive to adventurers, so they'll want to come here to get slaughtered and humiliated. To achieve that, you'll have access to guards, traps, and hexes. You'll also get to organize raids on nearby areas to provide me with treasures and relics. Thanks to your boundless devotion, I, Zangdar, will become the greatest warlock of the lands of Fang! Looking for a job that gives meaning to your life and makes the world a better place? Then buzz off! But if you're organized...
Then buzz off.
and enjoy a positive work atmosphere, come take your chance. I'll be waiting for you in my office.
World premiere.
Pablo? あなたのことはしっかりと見てるわよ、探偵さん。
Damn, we gotta read the
あな
screen?
たにはこの世界を変えてしまうような特別な力があるのだから。
Readings for losers.
私に協力しなさい。
Just kidding. I literally have a bunch of books there.
短い人生だもの、使わない手はないでしょう。時は刻一刻と過ぎていくわ。賢明な決断を期待してるわよ。
No.
Are you alright, Sean? Our programming included a gunfight / dance.
I don't think he does, but he could. It's an unexclusive deal. Yeah. And you know, he's the type of streamer where multi-stream makes more sense. I stopped doing the multi-stream because we talk, you know, but he doesn't like I guess he talks to his chat, but he doesn't like who in their right mind cares about catching every message when your chat rolls that fast, right? So multi-stream actually makes sense for a streamer that has a fast chat because like you're not paying attention to chat anyway. Yeah. But he could. I did hear that they've limited the kick streams to 720? Yeah, 720, right? Yeah. Which is basically what you get if you multi-stream. You actually well, he's rich, so he could, you know, just pay for more, but you have to pay, I think it's like $40 or something to get 1080. Yeah. That's why when I multi-streamed, we went down to 720 because I wasn't paying no $40, you know? But yeah. But I stopped the multi-stream because of, you know, to, you know, make it a little easier on you guys. Yeah. So you don't have to follow the screen, right? Yeah. Like, we have chat on screen right now, but this is just Twitch. Like, we're nowhere else right now. Yeah. I originally did the multi-stream to, like, capture different audiences, but I think it was actually messing up, you know, because the YouTube was behaving weirdly, we'll say. Yeah. I wonder what deals Twitch gives out to people. Yeah, not that good of deals. I've only really ever heard of the really high deals being on competing platforms. You know, Mixer, when they were competing with Twitch, and now Kick. Yeah, I'm not sure what Twitch does, but they need to start doing something. Like, the only reason I even stream on Twitch myself is because some of you guys prefer Twitch, but Twitch like has ripped me off for fucking 4 years now. Like, people have been lately, a big discussion has been how people have noticed that their pay is like cut in half this past week or whatever. That's been my life for like since we got affiliate 4 years ago or 5 or whatever, because of the 30% US fees. So yeah. Right, the ads are terrible. I don't know why like, yeah, I don't know why people prefer Twitch, but that's why I stream over here, is because, some of you guys prefer it. Yeah. Me, I don't know. It's like, I want to say I would prefer YouTube, but we can't do this shit on YouTube. Well, I did do the other PC gaming shows, but the Sunday streams I do, like, yeah, whenever it comes to like a video type stuff, YouTube is very iffy. Yeah, that's when you can have a blocked video or, like, yeah, which is probably why a lot of React streamers don't go to YouTube, because the pay's better over there, but good luck reacting to all the content you normally do. Yeah. Hey, Phaser. How's it going? And I'm doing good. You go where the people are, which is why I like the competition, right? I know. I won't deny that I've been tempted with Kick, and I made an account pretty much when Kick started up, just more or less to keep my name, right? But I don't know. I will say, as someone who has multiple YouTube channels, it sucks starting over. And that's why I haven't gone. Also, I know I vape and stuff like that, and I drink, occasionally on stream, but I don't want to be on a platform that supports gambling. And so I've been, yeah, I think that's the funniest part of it all, is that you remember on Twitch, there was this big deal of, gambling's horrible, get it out of here. So they got it out of here, which is why Kick exists in the first place, because the gamblers needed a place to go make their money. And all those people that were against it are now going over to the platform that was built because of the gambling ban. Like, I just laugh every time I think about that. Yeah, and it's people who, made a big stink out of the gambling, and yeah, I just think that is hilarious. Yeah. And yeah, we're talking about Kick right now. Yeah. Don't worry though. I don't think we're gonna. Yeah. I have no plans right now. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Twitch and YouTube is our thing. And I made an account just cause, but you don't know what it is? It's the competing platform right now. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. Yeah, it's basically the new Mixer. Yeah, except it could stay around for a long time because it's backed by Stake, and Stake is a good chunk of money. The guy's worth like $3 billion or whatever. How dead is Mixer? Dead as fuck. Yeah, I think Mixer died. Like, it's done. Like, that's how dead it is. It died, 3 years ago? Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember what really went on, but I have a friend that hangs out in chat every so often. His name's Panzer, and he streamed on Mixer, and I remember he was pretty pissed when Mixer went down, because there was kind of no notice, they just kind of said fuck you, and yeah. Yeah, I figured it had been a few years. Yeah. Yeah. So we were really due for like some competition. The funny part is there's lots out there, you know, people just don't look into it, you know, unless it's heavily advertised, which Kick did a good job of doing. Yeah, like there's lots out there. There's, you know, technically you can stream on Instagram, you can stream on Twitter. Yeah, God help me for mentioning Facebook. And then there's that D Live and a bunch of others. I think Trovo or something is one of them. Like there is a shit ton of competition out there. It's just they're not really competition. Like, yeah, Kick and Mixer were the only ones that really got enough people to even compete, right? But the funny part with Kick is they stole Twitch's UIs. So, yeah, when you go over there, it's just like watching Twitch pretty much. Yeah. Looks like Shroud and Ninja were the big ones. Yeah, I wasn't sure about Shroud. I don't really, you know, I watch Shroud, but I don't like follow like his, you know, shit. But Ninja for sure was the big one. Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least it's working today because yesterday it said 40. It was lacking the K. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you know, God help me if there's any XQC fans in the chat, but yeah, we're small, so I think we're safe. But I don't understand how that guy's so big. You know, I really don't. I cannot follow half the shit he says. And the guy didn't even know the capital of Canada. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That's how I know about him. Is I was watching him play Jeopardy one day, and that question came up, and I can't remember what he answered, but it was not the right answer, and he's Canadian. Amaranth is streaming. I did see a tweet earlier that she might have gotten a deal of some sort. I don't know if she got a deal or just, you know, well, I imagine no big streamers are gonna go over there on their own now. Now that XQC got 100 mil, they're all gonna sit over in Twitch and wait, right? Like that's what I would do. No way would I just voluntarily go over to Kick. Yeah, not as a big streamer. Yeah, I would wait for payday. Hey, Staffo. Welcome in. We're just watching some game shows, but with my constant pausing, it's taking us a bit. I might have to go get a drink because I thought we were close to the end, but we are not. We are not close to the end of this. Yay, Staffo! You'd make a great Canadian. Modern education is bad. It's even worse in the US. See, I felt like I got a good education. I didn't feel like education was bad, but then I'm older, right? Maybe education was like good when I was a kid. You know, I think XQC is 28, if I remember right. So yeah. I feel like that's the lazy generation. Teachers probably just don't care and kids don't care, and you know. But back when I was in school, like you wanted to be the best student because you needed it for any career, you know, like now you just get rich on the internet, so Things are easier now. Well, I won't say easier. Not any person can get rich, but any person can make money on the internet. Like that, anyone can do. Yeah. You don't, but you could. You know, I'm not saying you can just hop on the internet and be like, yeah, give me money. But if you worked at it, you could. Yeah. Just the millionaire part is luck. Well, luck, talent, and who do you know? Yeah. Kick supposedly takes 5%. Yeah, they're a 95.5, which is how they got the people. Yeah. It's like on one side, I'm curious how long they can keep that up for, because a business needs to make money, you know? Like I'm all for a great pay cut, but it could equal them being shut down because they're not making enough money. But then on the other hand, Stake owns them, and Stake makes a lot of money. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe they can get away with it. But I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say because like Mixer was Microsoft, and you know they went down. So I don't know. Yeah, it does look like they have a small staff, but the thing is, you're gonna need a bigger staff if you got more people over there, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get a drink. I was gonna wait till the end of this, but we still got like an hour, and that's excluding my pausing. So yeah. So I will be right back. I'm back. I'm hopeful, or at least Twitch to fix their stuff. Yeah, I hope they do too. And thank you. Yeah, I think their worst one lately has been well, they've decided to do the 70-30, which a lot of people have wanted for a long time, but it's partnered streamers with a minimum of 350 subs. Yeah. So I think there's a lot of people that are under 350 subs, and like I would say if you have 100 subs, you're doing fucking good, like, yeah. It's like 350 is a little much just to get a decent payout. Yeah. That's actually one reason I went to YouTube for streams, because like, as a Canadian, I can't get around the 30% US fees, right? I can always pay that no matter what. But at the very least, if I'm going to pay that, then give me a good, like the 70-30, which YouTube does. So yeah. The only problem is a lot of people still don't see YouTube as a streaming platform, right? Yeah, that's the problem. And that's why people just stay on Twitch, right? Because people, people always wonder why, people stick it out with Twitch. It's because that's where the people are. Yeah. Plus they have, all the stuff you're used to, like bits and all that. Yeah.
Sequence to promote mariachi legends, but your heavy breathing is indicative of exhaustion, panic, or that you are currently entering childbirth.
No. Don't worry about anything. Systems are a go. Our schedule is just packed with so many games.
I understand, Sean. I'll provide assistance. Notification.
This drink is delicious. I went out earlier today to pick up like some food items, and I stopped at the liquor store on the way. And I got Crown Royal apple. Yeah, it was the last one left. Yeah. I usually only buy the apple at Christmas time. I don't know, like, do I usually not see it till Christmas, or why do I only buy it at Christmas time? I don't know. I feel like I only see it at Christmas usually, but yeah, it's there today. There was a vanilla one. I've never tried that one. Have you guys had Crown Royal vanilla before? I'm not a huge, like, I like vanilla, but booze ain't cheap, so I'm not gonna spend, $40 on some fucking vanilla Crown Royal. But yeah, I don't know. But I do like vanilla ice cream.
Day 9 has been updated to day 10.
What? You just can't replace me? Like, roll the system update back. I don't want whatever this is.
I'm sorry, Sean, but support has been discontinued for older versions.
What? What's up, Day 9? I'm Day 10, the latest software version of popular gaming host Day 9. The consequences of my actions.
Hello, I am Frank AI.
What's up, Frank AI? I'm Day 10. So, the latest
Hello,
software
I am
version.
Frank
I
AI.
suspect they're going to be at this for a while, so let's just go ahead and fire up a trailer for a strategy game. Age of Sigmar, Realms of Ruin. Wow,
God, I love the PC show.
Of my own.
Oh, I love it so much.
I'll just tell you when to stop. Just
Hello, I am Frank AI.
God. Oh, so funny.
Commander, there is the suspension.
Never heard of.
Not just
Really?
from the Oryx.
Shit. I would have thought it would be over there. it's not a Canadian thing. The States have Crown Royal too. It's whiskey. Yeah. So it's a brand of whiskey. Yeah. And I don't know if this is where the name comes from, but the cap is like a crown. Yeah, so it's like a golden crown as the cap. And yeah, it's been my go-to drink since I turned 18. Yeah. Yeah, my 18th birthday, my family took me to, well, as far as they know, my first bar. But I was a bartender at the age of 15, so yeah. Yeah, I was a girl, I was young, it was easy to portray an 18-year-old. So yeah. But as far as they know, yeah, my first bar at 18. And so so that was, yeah, that's what I chose to drink that night, and it's just stuck. Yeah. I will try like the oddball drink here and there, but for the most part, it's either Crown Royal or it's kokanee beer, which is brewed in BC. Yeah, those are my two things. Yeah.
Death comes for everyone. Eventually. Except us.
Although, I do really like paralyzers, which I've made a video on the cooking channel of paralyzers, because that is a Canadian drink. But I usually only do it around Christmas because it's pricey. It's, I'm on average, I'm usually a 2-ingredient type drinker, and paralyzers is like 4. Yeah, it's and two being liquor, which is pricey, right? Yeah, because vodka and Kahlua are like the 2 main things in that drink. But that drink you gotta be careful with. That shit goes down like water. Yeah, but it's delicious. But yeah, that one is vodka, Kahlua, milk, and your choice of pop. I usually just use Pepsi though.
Fortify our position. We must claim this swamp.
Enemy sighted. Sneaky Dusty.
Sigma, give me strength.
Think it's time for a fight, boys. Wah! Protect the bastion. We need the loot. Like flies to a corpse. They always come.
Aiden, I will take the fight to the Auric Warlord. You hold here.
Fate conspires against us both.
Not fate. Duty.
Get him!
Looks kind of cool. Oh, it's a Warhammer. See, that is, we were talking about Pokemon earlier. Pokemon's been like a thought here and there, but Warhammer was a game that I actually wanted to get into. And then I went to Steam. I was gonna go buy it, and I got overwhelmed with the amount of Warhammer games there were, and I closed out Steam. Yeah. And Warhammer has a shit ton of fucking games. Yeah. And I'm a person that likes to see the story of all the games that of a series that I want to play. And yeah, it's just like, I could never, like, how would you catch up? Yeah. It's like, they look great and I want to play them, but like, there's just so many. I don't have time to catch up. World premiere.
Wake up, sleeper.
No, get out! They haven't finished it!
Oh, Sleeper's finished, aren't you? We had a deal, Sleeper. And yet, here you are, risking it all to try and break our contract to end your dependence.
Just wanted to use them, you piece of shit!
Nothing wrong with being a tool in a time of crisis. There's a war on, and while it rages, well, there's opportunity. I thought you were an opportunity sleeper, desperate, on the run, a hard worker with certain needs. I met your needs. I gave you a crew, lent you a ship, even hooked you up with a contract or two. And yes, I took my share. But that only seems fair. I invested in you. But then, you went and did this. And now, you don't need this. And I don't need you anymore either.
Ugh. Sleeper, go! Now! To the ship!
Is in Sleeper 2. You know, the name does ring a bell.
This is just the beginning.
I just don't think I've ever seen a trailer for it. But I feel like I've heard of Citizen Sleeper.
I have found no official case of death by FOMO anywhere on the internet. However, I would not suggest risking being the first case. Failure to watch the next section of this show would result in you missing amazing new content from Dread Pilots, Miasma Chronicles, Pathfinder Gallows Bar Survivors, and Parcel Core. But first, here's Critico.
Shit. Good job, buddy. This game looks kind of cute. I love games where you can fish. I actually have a game where all you do is fish. Like, that's the game. There is nothing else that you do.
Unbearably fun. There is no question. It would be down to the wire between
Volterra, right?
And yours truly. I mean, it's a strong matchup, but please, clear winner.
After 3,411 simulated contests, I predict Critico's probability of victory at over 99%.
What, now is when you start fact-checking now? Well, while AI might not have mastered the subtle art of ego boosting, it's already powering new ways to play. By teaming up human storytelling with AI assistants, the team over at Hidden Door have developed a generative spin on pen and paper role-playing. It is so tantalizingly delicious, I had no choice but to send RD's adorable all-seeing eye to check in on the project.
Hidden Door is a role-playing game where you and your friends come together. You can play in any world you choose. You create your characters, and then together you decide what kind of story you're gonna have. So the idea would be you've just read a book, you can't get it out of your head.
Oh, so you
Now
need
can
friends?
go and play your own story adventure in the world of that book that you're
Next.
directing within the rules and the canon that the author has set and confirmed with a generative AI narrator. The way it works is that you come in, you choose the world you want to play in. Right now we have the Wizard of Oz, many more exciting worlds to come. You create your character, you decide the kind of adventure you're gonna have by playing out of your deck of story cards. And then the system creates a unique story adventure for you.
Pocket
And
of
you can do
Predator.
anything you want. It takes a lot of the joys of playing a tabletop role-playing game and brings them into a digital format. And as you play, you see a graphic novel come together dynamically based on what you choose to do and how the world and the story reacts to you. It's like an improv show where even though you might play the same cards, you get a different, unique story every time. So you throw words in, it comes up with suggested things you might do, you pick something, and then it reacts to you. And then along with our AI narrator who plays the role of, say, the game master, you can go on any adventure you want and you can do anything. And the system and the story will continue based on your choices.
Sounds like it takes a long time just to jump.
We're working with authors and folks who make some really exciting TV shows and other media to bring those worlds.
Although back in the day, I did host a couple of Dungeons and Dragons games.
It does,
yeah,
period
back in the anime time.
Which you can think of as more relationship-based gameplay. In addition to
I guess those were fun days. I watched anime and I played Dungeons and Dragons.
While there may be a million Star Wars games,
and then life
in the world,
happened.
If you were playing one on Hidden Door, because of
I'm
our
just
AI
kidding.
narrator
Well, it
and the
did,
story
but
engine,
yeah.
the choices you make matter.
It's not what
so
stopped
when you
it.
decide that you want to become, say, the governor of Tatooine, you can do that, and the world changes around you and your character. You are able to meaningfully alter the plot of the entire world in a way that was never pre-written or pre-scripted. There's no limit to the number of characters you might encounter, the locations, or the stories you can tell in Hidden Door. Today you can play Hidden Door anywhere you can access the web. So you can play on desktop, you can play on your mobile device, you can play on a tablet.
I think you said that wrong, Chucky. You said anywhere you can access the web. Well, you can access it on console. Just saying. You can access the web on anything, basically. I'm accessing the web on my watch right now. That's just saying the time, but, you know. You could have worded it differently. The frog. You know, I give them credit for doing like a Dungeons and Dragons type deal here, because that's basically what this kind of reminds me of. But I will just say, even although you can play these kinds of games online, they are so much better in person, and they always have been. You know, it's always so much better to have like a game master as, you know, well, your game master, you know, that's sitting in front of you. And yeah, but, you know, I get it. We live in the world of, you know, not interacting with people. But those are some of my greatest memories for gaming is, you know, being in front of the person.
It looks like Hidden Door is cooking up one hell of a winning combination. Am I right, Frank AI?
It certainly seems so, Sean. Speaking of winning, you too can achieve victory with the PC Gaming Show Battle Pass. Earn free bonuses as you level up your viewer rank or upgrade to a gold tier pass.
I didn't even know these gaming shows had battle passes.
I'm incorporating lucrative live service techniques to maximize
Unless
the
it's a
show's
joke.
profitability.
It could be.
Battle Pass for a stream even work?
With a gold tier pass, viewers can earn exclusive rewards.
Okay.
Like viewing the show's
Okay,
trailers
I fell for it. I fell for it.
for viewer rank experience.
Look, I admire the
It's not hard to fall for that, though. In this day and age, everything's a battle pass.
Sadly, major production decisions are only accessible for those who reach viewer rank 80. You can, however, unlock immediate access with 1,800 Sean points, purchasable for $9.99.
You made show production a Battle Pass reward? Is anyone close to unlocking that?
Killzor 69 Blazes has just achieved viewer rank 58.
Oh, God. Okay. Dakota, find my wallet. And for now, let's check out a new dungeon crawler from the Don't Starve devs at Clay Entertainment.
God.
Here's your first look at Dread Pilots.
The only one I know there is Don't Starve. Uh-oh. Is there any game, Panda, that you're, you know, hyped for that isn't out yet?
You've harnessed your glove's power, and now you want to find me.
Gotta find Mama.
You don't know what's making the miasma angry. And it's spreading across America, twisting this once great nation into a lethal wasteland.
We gotta help these people.
Find me. And if you do, maybe I will tell you my secret. The revelations must be earned.
Don't starve yourself with excitement for Dread pilots, or you might leave a miasma worthy of a chronicle. Hey, that's pretty good. That's good stuff. Thank you, Text Generation. Coming up, secret facilities, bioweapons development, zombie experimentation. It's all under the corporate umbrella in this management sim. And you are the evil CEO. I mean, I can't blame you for diversifying. That's just good business sense. Let's take a look at Undead Inc.
And now, it's with great pleasure I introduce one of Enswell Medical's biggest success stories, Director Colin.
Thank you, and welcome to all of you who are starting your own franchises. Today I'm here to talk about building a thriving business. My apologies. There has been a development that requires my immediate attention.
Director Coleman, sir, we're hearing...
Whatever your concerns may be, I'm handling it. Now, tend to your patients.
Is he gonna go all badass mode?
Integrity and power all hanging in there, sir. Extent of the outbreak unknown. Next move, Director.
Tell your men ETA 5 minutes.
Wait, don't shoot. Director Coleman. Hey, man, sir.
Are you okay?
I got a little bitten, but I'm hanging in there, Director. I'm all good. They have a cure upstairs. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, you're getting shot, buddy.
A shot with your name on it.
Thanks, man. I mean, I was worried for a second there that
right? Like...
Do you mind? I'm trying to run a business here.
Oh.
Janine, get the marketing team and those rookies back on the line in 10. Oh, and an espresso.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Janine, can I get something from my head?
Of course, Director.
Name brand only. Not our stuff. Quality control issues downstairs.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hey, look. I've been looking through Frank AI's data log, and I found a file named confidential, game trailer 44, codename Omicron Delta November, _final, final and 2.0 _revised.mp4. Now, it's important not
Is
to
it Final
lose the
Fantasy?
trust of your AI assistant, so let's just watch it really quick.
But it's PC gaming, so. I mean, get some decent music in here, might be not too bad. It's like, get this pop shit out of here. Fail.
Became an astronaut because the cosmos terrifies you.
No. Because I want to understand it someday. Or at least find as many answers as possible.
And yes, I was one of the people that hated the song that went with D4. Yep, I'll admit it. They could have done better.
Astrogator, we shouldn't behave here as if we were at home.
For a long time now, the cosmos has belonged to the one strongest species. Humans.
So, there was life here before. Everything that happened here overwhelms me.
Not every mission ends in success, Doctor. We have to save what we can. Save you.
What is there to understand? We have to destroy it. Even if it means destroying everything.
Coming up, we'll see a theme park builder that's only days away. Releasing on PC later this week, Park Beyond is a spiritual successor to classics like Roller Coaster Tycoon, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Roller Coaster Magnet
I actually played the Roller Coaster Tycoon. Wasn't too bad.
God Emperor 40,000.
Okay, let's not go
I
off
played
the
Roller
rails.
Coaster Tycoon and Zoo
As fun as the
Tycoon.
carnival is, we all know the games aren't the most balanced, because basically, carnies are OP. Luckily for you, our prizes are so much easier to win. Let's take a look at Park Beyond.
Do you perceive the invisible thread that connects us to each other? The emotions that unite us without us even realizing it? The desire to move forward, to surpass our limitations, to take on challenges greater than ourselves?
Oh, I love the boat ride.
Visioneers
Over here we have one that goes all the way around and then you're hanging upside down. Yeah, it can be a little scary, but fucking awesome.
Who want to offer the world their most beautiful memories. Free spirits in search of adventure and new challenges. Indelible moments of amazement and laughter with those we love. Become a Visioneer. Go beyond the fun.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and/or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Ezo.
Evil stirs in the depths of Gallowsmire. 3 heroes step forth to contain the darkness within. A legendary fighter of peerless strength and skill. A cunning rogue full of deadly surprises. And a powerful wizard wielding the fury of the elements. Together, they are destined to confront the hordes of undead.
This is the second game that looks like Vampire Survivors.
Again,
minus that right there.
Attaining new heights of power and skill. But what hope have they to seal away the whispering tyrant? For surely there can be no hope of surviving.
Oh, I have heard of Pathfinder. I've never played it, but I have heard of it.
Introducing Diesel Legacy! Join the open beta, now on Steam. 2 versus 2 action! Down, but not out. Local and online multiplayer. Real match, worldwide rollback netplay. Determine the fate of the Iron City.
It's time we honor an overlooked hero, the noble delivery cyclist, powering the gig economy with their aching calves. Now, you might ask, hey Sean, are you just feeling a little guilty because you gave your credit card details to the AI assistant and now someone has to deliver the 57 parcels you ordered before you noticed? In short, yes. But if this next exclusive is anything to go by, we'll all be saluting the delivery workers of this fine nation, gosh dang it. Let's take a look at Parcel Core.
Corpse, not core. I think he actually fucked up there.
Hello, Inquisitive Viewer. My name is Will Barr, and that was an example of a micro teaser. You see, when you're shilling on behalf of an obscure video game developer like Billy Goat Entertainment, you have a finite amount of time to explain why discerning intellectual players, such as yourself, should be excited about being thrust into the exciting, high-octane world of
Parcel Core. That's right, escape the mundanity of daily life and slip into the spandex of one of our many
it sounds like they're saying core.
Embrace the gig
It
economy
says
and forget
corp.
the security, stable salary, and basic workplace rights less cool jobs offer as you race through town, weaving through alleys, defying gravity as you ride up walls, leap from rooftops, startle pigeons.
Well, it's kind of like a career in video game development, except without all the cool traversal stuff. So yeah, really just the exploitation. But I digress.
Sign a casual work agreement with one of 3 rival courier corporations, all vying to become the most profitable business in town. But be warned, a maniacal scheme is afoot that threatens more than just the business model our protagonists operate under.
So it's up to you, bicycle courier.
Why are you
to
shaving your
deliver
legs,
this
buddy?
Foot-long grilled chicken, cheese, and chorizo melt, and save the world.
What, guys shave their legs? That's so weird. That's a girl thing.
Hi everyone, I'm Max from Greynight Games, a 2-man studio based in
You guys are
Sweden,
weird.
working on the game Fabledom, currently available in early access.
More streamlined.
Welcome to Fabledom. Sorry about the pigs.
Hello, micro friends.
We have a new mission, soldier.
It takes two, baby.
Oh, don't mind Sean. He's just entering our PC Game Pass giveaway. We've got a bunch of 1-month subscriptions for new members to try the service. To get a chance of
Plus, also going that speed makes your legs feel strange because of the hair on your legs. I don't know. It might be right. I don't know. I guess it's like to each their own. But a naked leg, like no hair on the legs or arms or whatnot on a guy is just, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying I want a hairy guy, but you know, some hair does prove you're a guy. So yeah, just saying. Plus, as a girl who does shave her legs and all that, it's a lot of work. You gotta keep up with that shit. Like the minute you start it, you're fucking done. Yeah, you've just made work for majority of the rest of your life. But although you shave enough, it will just stop growing. Yeah, I don't actually have to shave my legs as much as I used to because hair struggles to actually grow on them now. Because I like in my early days, I was just always shaving my legs. Yeah. I hear the same thing goes for bikini waxes, but I'm too chicken shit to get a bikini wax. I've never done it. Yeah, I just, shave that myself. I know. TMI. But, we were on the topic of shaving and all that. I just shave my head and all that. Yeah, my roommate does that too. Yeah. Which, kudos. I say kudos to those that actually shave their own head because you don't know what you're doing back here, right? Like you can look in the mirror while you're like doing this, but you got no idea. Unless you're holding a mirror, maybe you have like a hand mirror that you're holding. Like, I don't know, but fucking kudos. Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
procuring one, visit the URL on screen now.
Shave my head when I shower. It's, oh yeah, that would be a great. And then the shower just like puts it down the drain. Yeah, that would be a great way to do it.
Sean, before we continue with more exciting previews, I've generated a simple tactic to improve the show's revenue stream.
Well, yeah, great. Tell me more.
I've allowed viewers to pay a small fee for a bespoke on-screen shout-out. Got good 228, right? Great to be watching PC Gaming Show once again. Excellent work, Sean and co.
Hey, I'm touched. And a little wealthier. Keep them coming.
Z-Blaze Paladins writes, did Sean actually fire his team? Dick move, bro.
Look, you have to understand that this show needs to focus on long-term sustainability.
Fired by Sean 23 writes, I have sworn the blood oath. My vengeance will not be denied.
Okay, it looks like that's it. Our shout-outs feature is broken. I'm so sorry. That's going to be all for shout-outs.
I haven't logged any errors, Sean.
Well, I'm seeing red flags across the board, and it's a real tragedy. Just can't be helped. Just like I can't help wanting to see more previews. And with that, here's Creepy Jar's new sci-fi survival game, Chimera.
They keep showing that. I bet you that's actually her in that cafe. Yeah. There's gotta be a reason they keep showing that person watching it on the mobile device. Like, yeah, it's gotta be her. Uh-oh.
In the lost Caribbean Sea was a captain mighty. Mordecai was his name. He succumbed to the white flame. His treasure was lost and his crew was tossed. Now is the day cursed pirates have their way.
That's the life we live. Come along for the trip. When plans go astray, we find us a way. We put them to a song.
I like the song.
Give them the chunk. We're a cursed crew and parties are shit.
Oh, is this Sea of Thieves?
Magic restores our crew from before.
It looks a lot like it.
Black pearls in our chest. Let us finish the quest now. This treasure we will find with our powers combined. Our worth we will show to our captain below. The Inquisition blocks our way. They see us as prey. Ignatia is their leader. You do well to exceed her. The treasure she pursues across the ocean blue. She'll conquer the brine for her grand design.
That's the life we live. Come along for the trip. When plans go astray, we find us a way. We put them to a stop and give them the chop. We're a cursed crew and parties are shit.
So was that a different game? I didn't see it say Sea of Thieves, so I guess not. It looked like it, though.
Exo Rally Championship might be racing its way across the stars, but it's already raced its way into my heart. Anyways, if you're not aware, I've got something of a history of the real-time strategy genre. And funnily enough, at labs like DeepMind, those same RTS games just so happen to be a valuable testing ground for world-leading AI research. Curious. Can it be just a coincidence, then, that I'd end up the kind of man to name himself an AI visionary? I mean, probably. But what's no coincidence is my excitement for the eagerly anticipated RTS from former Warcraft and StarCraft devs at Frost Giant Studios. It's Stormgate, and today we don't just get the chance to get some exclusive first look at some Stormgate gameplay, but we're also joined by Frost Giant's president and game director, Tim Campbell, here to tell us exactly how Stormgate will delight all minds, artificial or otherwise. Thanks so much for joining us, Tim.
Thanks, it's great to be here.
Now, I've been following Stormgate for years, but for those of us who haven't, what is Stormgate?
Stormgate is our modern take on the classic real-time strategy game formula. It's what we think of as a spiritual successor to franchises like Warcraft, StarCraft, Command & Conquer. And real-time strategy games are the type of game where you can control an entire battlefield. So this classic RTS formula includes harvesting resources, building sprawling bases, commanding huge armies on the battlefield.
What is it about Stormgate that's new?
We believe that the RTS genre is something that should be enjoyed by players of all skill levels. And so
I do like those kind of games. I'm just casual in them. Yeah, I get hooked for like a month and then I come back a year later.
That you just want to be able to relax with and experience a story.
Now, Tim, I understand that you brought for all of us, but in particular for me, a present to show today. What are you going to show, Tim?
We are going to show gameplay from the pre-alpha of Stormgate.
Yeah.
Now this is something that we are big believers in at Frost Giant. We want to share this current state of the game today.
Let's take a look. Oh, Tim, I'm so excited. And right away, this looks like an RTS. Tell me what we're seeing.
This is the classic start to a 1v1 match. What you're seeing here is the human faction as they're sending workers out to harvest resources. Right. They're starting to construct building. They actually build them by 3D printing them from the ground up. And you can see them now starting to train troops so they can have an army that goes out in the field to fight.
Yeah, and I mean, right here, we see in the corner coming up, this looks like a scout unit?
Yeah, that is literally a cybernetic dog with laser eyes. It is called the Scout, okay? It's designed for early game. It's a unique unit to the human faction.
Right.
And you can see him now running through the base trying to see what information he can find out about his enemy.
Yeah, I mean, scouting and information is such an important part of RTS games.
It really is, and this is something that we've embraced early game. The Scout unit has been designed so it can actually sense units beyond its sight radius. So it's especially useful early on.
So we're heading into what looks like the first engagement of this game. What are we seeing?
Well, what we're seeing right here is the Red Scout getting surprised by a group of blue troops coming through the Light Force, which is the new terrain type and a twist on the tactical battlefield here.
And how do these Light Force work?
The Light Force lets smaller units move through them. They have concealment. It's allowed Blue to raid Red's base, in which case Red is barely getting a turret built with their speed building from their workers, which is a human faction advantage. And they're about to pop out a couple extra defenders here from their mech base.
So we got these huge mechs, and I mean, just visually, it looks like they are countering the heck out of these blue infantry, but can these red mechs fit through the forest?
No, they're too big to go through. They're heavy units. They're designed to use their chain guns to go through groups of enemies, but they can't fit through the Light Force, which Blue knew and used to his advantage.
Okay, so we're in mid-game. This is normally where you make some big tech decisions. What's Red up to?
You're seeing Red commit to a tech path that gives them big battlefield mechs and air units like this evac.
And it looks like they're just dropping right on top of Blue, who is killing a chicken? What's the chicken there, Tim?
Yeah, that's a giant chicken with a Viking helmet on it. Use your imagination. Stormgate's in pre-alpha, and that's art that we haven't gotten to yet, but imagine it as
that's
a big
adorable.
Mad Max Raider.
It's the most threatening placeholder art for now. And oh, I see Red diving onto Blue, and hey, picking back up into the air transport. That's some classic high-level micro.
It is, and it's really important for Stormgate that we maintain a high skill ceiling so that players can express themselves on the battlefield by maneuvering and how they interact with the battlefield.
And here we have the final fight of the game, and it looks like Blue is coming up against those mechs. Red is trapped on the other side of the trees. Oh, wait, they can blast through them now? And Blue's dodging these enormous shots, and we can also see Blue swarming in from both sides. This is not looking good for Red.
No, it's pretty grim. Red is on the ropes right here, and they've been outmaneuvered. They're caught in the corner here between two different forces coming in with a mobile pincer.
Man, and of course,
there's the GGs.
The most classic ending to an RTS game, GG. Get Tastosis on that stat. Outside of 1v1, what's coming up for Stormgate?
What you've seen today is just the tip of the iceberg. We have so much more in store. We're going to be revealing a bunch of stuff about Stormgate the rest of this year. We're introducing new modes. We have a 3-player versus AI cooperative mode. We have team-based competitive modes. We're going to be sharing information about our storyline and campaign. We have new factions beyond the humans that you just saw today.
But Tim, what if I want to play the game right now?
If you want to play the game as soon as possible, you wish list Stormgate on Steam and you go to playstormgate.com to sign up for the beta. We're starting.
I would have been like, suck it, bitch, you can't.
Once again, go to Steam and wishlist Stormgate. Tim, thank you so much again for joining us. Not just to talk about
like, come on, you're a comedy show. You should have done that.
Content plans of Stormgate. It makes the RTS players' dreams come true. Which might not be your dreams. I mean, your dreams might be filled with gloriously grimy Deus Ex-inspired sci-fi fisticuffs with a fiendishly Star Wars vibe to it. If so, get a load of this latest trailer for Fortune's Run.
I so hate the GG saying. I have always as well. I always say grats instead of GG, but yeah, GG does and has been the go-to for a while, right? Yeah.
They call the dying sun. It's been the room of many a poor girl. And me, oh God, for one.
I rather always say good job. No one understands. It's strange. I think it's crazy that people say anything. Like, I don't know. I guess I've always been the snob of gaming. I usually, as game ends, I leave. So it's almost like, you know, you're being polite, I guess, by saying GG or, yeah.
When you were about to embark upon the great crusade
Or
towards which
good
we've
job.
striven these many months, the eyes of the world are upon you. The hopes and prayers of liberty-loving people everywhere march with you. I have full confidence in your courage, devotion to duty, and skill in battle. We will accept nothing less than full victory. Good luck, and let us all beseech the blessing of Almighty God upon this great and noble undertaking.
Is this that World of Warships or whatever it's called? Although probably not, because it's supposed to be a new game.
Keep moving! We've taken a German opening! Schnell und halten! Kein Schritt!
Hell let loose.
Fizeste bom negócio.
Esse é o meu Rio Grande, che.
There seemed to be a lot going on with that one.
As an AI, I have no need for material possessions. But, good news! PC Gaming Show viewers can take advantage of the following promotional contest by following the instructions on the screen. If this product and/or service stimulates your orbital cortex, follow the instructions on the screen.
Frank, we've seen impressive, almost like unrealistic tech on display today. It's just a shame our viewers at home can't get their hands on some of that bleeding-edge hardware.
Your concerns are both unnecessary and convenient, Sean. As the long-term vanguard of gaming, Alienware continues to offer high-end PC hardware. Considering their extraterrestrial origins, it comes as no surprise.
Look, I don't know how to tell you this, Frankie, but they're not actually made by aliens.
Websites in my trading model contain compelling evidence to the contrary, Sean. The truth is out there.
Great. But let's do some truth-telling of our own and hear what Alienware is offering the folks at home.
Alienware has been a part of my professional life for a while now. From the games you play to what you do for work, that's very
Once upon a time had Alienware, but I've heard that it's bad now. You know, it used to be good, but I've heard,
everything I do is powered by Alienware, and it just makes me so happy.
Yeah, you lying, buddy? I don't see that as a bad thing. Dell wasn't always a crap product. But yeah, they are linked with Dell.
With an Intel Core i9 processor for the fine price point of $3? Oh, it's enough to get anyone's blood pumping.
As you know, Sean, I'm a network of predictive algorithms and generative software. I am fundamentally...
See, mine lasted me years. Like, yeah.
I don't have blood.
But
just I've heard that it's not as great in compared to, you know, the other computers out there, I guess. Ooh, Vampire Survivors.
Let's have a look at some incoming DLC for Vampire Survivors. Ooh boy.
What if we gave it a spin?
I like Vampire Survivors. Worth every penny. Which I believe is like $5. I don't think it... I don't recall paying a whole lot for Survivor. Actually, I think I paid $2.
Cosmic Finger!
Where's garlic? Oh. Available tomorrow, which we're watching this like 5 days late, roughly, so available.
We are only a couple months out from the full release of Baldur's Gate 3.
I like Baldur's Gate. Well, the first and second, anyway.
Going on up here, I'm thinking of running like a mage tank kind of vibe. And wait, Frank, can you generate like an awesome character art for me in like a D&D style? Like, look, I want to be a wizard, like fully Gandalf out with like a staff and like blasting spells like that. Can you like give me a sample piece of art?
One moment. Here you are, Sean.
Oh, dear God.
This was generated in seconds, while a professional artist's work
Wow.
can take hours, if not days.
Yes, that's...
We can tell.
True. It's hard
We
to tell
can
it's the
tell.
work of a trained professional, but do you have any professional artist work, you know, just to like compare?
I do. Thanks to the YouTube animators extraordinaire at MASH. Here's an original animation for Larian's Baldur's Gate 3.
My fellow adventurers, the road to Baldur's Gate has been long.
We have fought cultists of a strange new god, battled packs of fearsome gnolls, and gone toe-to-toe with creatures from beyond this plane. And today we faced our greatest foe yet.
He was just so strong. And I think his blood was acid? I'm not sure how that even works, like, anatomically.
Tomorrow, we find higher ground, then rain down upon him with 100 arrows.
No. First, I will incapacitate him with a fit of hideous laughter. Then, I will fill his bog with grease and set it on fire. And if he attempts to escape the blaze, fear not, for I will keep my eye out for him.
Please don't. Even Lae'zel's puns are more amusing.
Among Githyanki, I am considered extremely humorous.
Enough! We must defeat this foe. Somewhere within these twisted swamps dwells a hag who possesses a potent potion, an elixir that could grant us the ability to converse with the creature. However, attaining it will necessitate a trade.
Give me his spleen.
Steel your nerves, friends. I will now attempt to reason with the creature. Most mighty beast, though you defeated us once, we have returned to seek your guidance. Impart your knowledge upon us, and teach us the source of your power.
It's here. Frog.
Oh, I didn't know you speak frog. Gosh, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I'm so embarrassed. You know, ever since the hag turned me into a frog, I've been down in the dumps.
Cities are incredibly hard to make in RPGs because you have to make sure that every single nook and cranny has something to do. You have to make sure that it's different, so you have to be incredibly creative. Given that the name of the game is Baldur's Gate, the city was really going to be the thing that people were going to be talking about.
The city of Baldur's Gate is seamless, which it originally wasn't.
You only can judge the game when you have all the components together, and if the mix doesn't work, we start over.
At some point, he said, like, can't we just connect everything? And that was a very interesting day.
One of the things.
Well, you gotta make it amazing, right? Because like I remember the first and second from fucking 20 years ago.
Now it was this seamless, giant organism, and it really, really felt good.
It's being able to look out of a window and see down the city slope, so you're seeing down toward the docks, and you're like, one of my teammates might be down there. They might be running around down there.
We worked on it as a painting almost. You start with a sketch, a very basic line, and then you just start adding layers and layers.
We can put lots more of the city onto the screen than they could in 1998. So we can do something that is more immersive, richer, has more texture to it.
It feels like you are walking around a place where there are lots and lots of people living their actual lives.
You have crowds that are walking around, can talk to pretty much anybody, and they react to every single thing. It's very alive in that sense.
Every person that you meet in Baldur's Gate has got a story to them.
All the things that you have done up to the city really matter. You can really feel the conclusion of everything just gathering there.
We actually build anticipation through all these characters that you've met, through all these situations that you've been through.
All the stories that you have been following, all the decisions that you've been making, they all come to fruition in that lower city.
And the great thing is, if you so choose, you can be another bad thing that's happening to the city. You can arrive and be like, this place is on fire, and then you can throw petrol all over it.
During production, we felt like the city was our destination.
We spent, I think, 3 times, 4 times as much effort on the city than we originally planned. But the result, the feeling of walking in there is just fantastic.
You have this constant jostling of things that are very much of the real world, and then you can indulge in the completely fantastical.
And then when you walk into the city, the noise of everybody talking to each other, the knowledge that everywhere you look, you can go there and you can do something. The knowledge
looks
that you can
awesome.
fly through it.
So much better than the last
The thing that I was the most afraid of when we started making this game turned out to be the thing that...
Those are the games that, like, those are the games I get really hyped for, though, are these games that 20 years later they decide to, like, revamp on. That's what really had me super hyped for D3 because when D3 came out, like it had been so fucking long, you know, since the last Diablo game. And yeah, same thing here. Yeah, these are like my childhood games here. And while I love them, I find it hard to play those games now, you know? Like, I can barely even go back to, like, Diablo, like the first one, because they're just so old and blocky, and, like, I just want nothing to do with them. They're a childhood memory, and that's it, you know? So I get super hyped when they do, like, a 20 years later thing, because then it's a game I actually want to play. Yeah. Some games are just meant to stay in the past.
Out of a 2-decade retirement when Baldur's Gate 3 finally releases on August 31st.
Which is nothing. 6 years is like nothing for...
As flame-headed fighters face ferocious foes in a co-op action roguelike. After all, what's a roguelike without an onslaught of algorithmic terrors? I feel like there's a lot of that going on around here lately. Anyways, here's the latest trailer for Ember Knights.
What?
That what is so annoying. Just take the voice out. They listened to me. We didn't hear it again.
Would you like the endless loop of terror, death, repeat in the upcoming stealth extraction horror, Macabre? In Macabre, you and your friends will team up to confront interdimensional terrors, venturing deep into unstable time risk tasked with uncovering the source of terrifying anomalies. A great way to enjoy the outdoors. Built in Unreal 5, this exclusive debut will be out later this year in early access.
Like everything's a world premiere. No need to mention it anymore, game.
Not even one bar, there's nothing. I can't get in.
So, I forgot to mention, there's like a super weird, scary thing getting around inside the rift.
The hell was that, a bear?
Have you ever heard a bear sound like that before?
I've never seen a bear before.
You guys look lost. Come on. You'll freeze to death out here. I suppose you're looking for the lodge. Here, take this. I call it the atomic space shifter. If anything goes wrong, not that it will, I can pull you back out. A lot of folks have come up here looking for answers. It's weird. It's like time runs differently here.
Guys, I think I found something.
Oh, this is gonna be, yeah, I knew it. I was ready though.
Haha, I can't believe it worked. This is it. This is the key to... Ah, you're alive. Ready to go back in?
I like my scary games, but absolutely no interest for that one.
We thought we had billions of years before our sun died. We were wrong. Thousands of us answered the call, rallying to save those we can. Every one of our ships a ray of hope. Captain.
No, I didn't even know it was.
So we can plant the future seeds of humankind.
No, just not enough going on. Yeah.
Flying course now. Sector locked in. We are cleared to jump. Prepare for warp jump in 3, 2, 1.
Soft landings, Captain.
As great as Earthless looks, it makes you wonder, how are we in the real world gonna fare when our big, beautiful sun enters its twilight years? Me, I'm optimistic. Who knows what we'll achieve by then? Every billionaire-funded space rocket that detonates moments after takeoff is one more step on the winding road of progress. Up next, tie on those togas and make merry with fine wine as all roads lead to this newest city builder. Here's a first look at Nova Roma.
The Great War is over. All we want is to return home. To the newborn Czechoslovakia we fought for. Brothers and sisters. None of us thought this part of the journey would be the most difficult. We still hope to see our home once again. Across the endless snowfields of Siberia. Through territory disputed by the Red and White armies. By armored train in a harsh winter. Far from our loved ones. Outnumbered by enemies, we fight to make our way. Surrounded by wilderness, we manage in order to survive. This is our last chance. Our last train home. Will you lead us?
It actually looks pretty good.
Pairing squad tactics with historic inspiration, Last Train Home is based on real events in the aftermath of World War I.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Historians continue to uncover records describing train passengers travelling homewards, some dating as recently as 2023. Whether any train home is truly the last remains the subject of academic debate. History is clear on one thing though. Puppets can't be trusted. As proof, watch as Sesame Street meets survival horror in My Friendly Neighborhood.
Sesame Street?
Hey Gordon, it's Kyle. I know we're dropping this on you last minute, but we need you to head down to the Sunrise Street studio lot. The antenna activated itself last night and started broadcasting that old puppet show over the news. Need to turn that thing off. You gotta get this done, man. Bye.
The last job of the day is always the worst.
Raise the curtain. Bring up the lights. The neighborhood is coming to town.
Hey, stay back! Let's do this.
Oh my goodness. I don't think I have it in me to kill them, but it kind of looks good. Oh, that one's kind of soon. July.
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right here.
Push as much as you can. Cubby.
Can they push more, I wonder? They can't afford to sit back and relax now.
Are we in trouble or not?
Oh, and that's a crash!
I push now, thanks for my push now.
And McLaren with a great overtake! Stay right here, because we're just getting started.
Nice.
Hey, Frank AI, how are the metrics looking? Are we like doing numbers?
We're attracting considerable viewership, Sean. However, I've identified a
Single cat
program
owners.
to target underrepresented segments of our audience demographic. Shall I execute it?
Well, hell yeah, let's do it. Ah, cornering the VTuber market. Smart, very smart. I'm just not really sure this is my vibe, but since we're on a time crunch, let's see what's next for Subnautica Likes in Space with a trailer for Breath Edge 2.
Well, it could be your vibe, guy, because I'm pretty sure most of those VTubers are guys that have VTubers like that. Two? Didn't even hear about the first one. Lazy Bear Games. See, I can't play games that look like they were made 20 years ago. Like, to me, games like that are nostalgic because I played them when graphics were shit. You know, to have a game like that, you know,
Man,
in this time,
so many
yeah,
great video
I don't
games
know.
in this year's show. Frank AI, what do we know about sand?
Sand is a fine granular substance composed of mineral particles. It is finer than gravel, but coarser than silt.
Yes, but it's also a brand new survival game set in an alternate history where Austro-Hungarian soldiers smuggle space salvage across alien deserts.
I don't understand that sentence. Would you like to hear more about sand types?
Oh, no need. I'm about to know plenty. Let's take a look at sand.
I thought we already watched Sand. Unless they're doing like a gameplay look.
Завітайте в Лазуровий порт. У нас найкращі пляжі, готелі та ресторани. Файно! Замовлю собі багатського м'яса та пива. А ви що, хлопці?
That's pretty much what I did today. Bought a bunch of meat and some booze.
Маленьку бану ще хочу. Йой, то ж ресторани не корчма. Може ресторан бути найліпшим, якщо бану ще немає. Що ти кружки?
Wow. I was not expecting that that's what he was standing on. Cool music.
We have reached the end of this year's show, and we're saving something very exciting for the end. Dune Awakening, the survival MMO adaptation of the classic sci-fi series.
It's gotta be her. I think I was right about that, because like the way she was tapping the table, I've done that tap. She's pissed.
That's a little literal,
Yeah,
don't you think?
I know
What if
that
we
tap.
had, like, costumes. Oh, Dune's got some really cool costumes. We have the still suits, the royal garments. Oh my god, I could dress up maybe as like a
Dune
giant
Awakening.
It will require 3 million teraflops of processing power to render you as a sandworm, Sean.
I mean, don't worry about it. We can skip the costuming. It's just something that like Frankie and I used to do. Like, not you, like the real Frankie with the fun hair who's not a computer. Oh, man, there was this one year where she was a shark. And then, and she was like a mech pilot, and I had a spaceship. And there was this other time with togas, and I had this really nice robe. Anyways, just forget it. I'm living in the past. I shouldn't even miss this stuff. I mean, we're adults, right?
Well, you were an adult when you did that.
I still want to do the costumes bit, Sean.
I want to do the Dune dress-up bit so bad. I'm sorry. I tried to fire everyone and make money with computers.
Shut up and put the costume on.
Frankie, would you do the honors?
Man, is she really that short? Well, I guess he is standing on stuff.
It's a survival MMO that's more sought after than a suitcase stuffed with spice melange. It's Dune Awakening.
I shouldn't talk though, I'm fucking short. I love to see other short people because then I don't feel so bad.
My name's Joel Bylos. I'm the creative director on Dune Awakening. So Dune Awakening is a survival, open world, massively multiplayer game. It is a game where players are invited to explore the world of Dune. They involve themselves in politics, they involve themselves in intrigue, they involve themselves in combat. They have to survive on the most dangerous planet in the universe. And through this experience, they come to know the factions in the world and the universe. So when Dune Awakening begins, you are a castaway on the planet in the deep desert, and all you have is a knife that you've made out of scrap metal. And you need to creep into enemy camps and knife them in the back and steal the water from their still suits. By the end of the game, perhaps you're running a guild. You have a fleet of vehicles, ornithopters flying in formation, sandbikes cruising across the desert beneath them, tanks kicking up a cloud of dust as you drive to a spice blow in the distance in order to harvest with your guild. And you see in the distance another guild coming towards you, and just as you clash, you hear the rumble of a sandworm coming. That's combat in Dune Awakening.
My name is Viljar Sommerbach. I'm the game director on Dune Awakening. You start out in the desert, surviving, clinging to life, and in the end, you might become someone like the Baron Harkonnen, and then you try to cling to power. Arrakis is the most dangerous planet in the universe. Surviving on Arrakis means that you need to prepare for sandstorms, you need to find water, it's a constant threat against survival. The sandworm, every time you try to cross the desert, the sandworm will come. You will sometimes outrun it, sometimes you may not.
Dune Awakening is built upon a foundation of 5 pillars: survival, which is obviously everything you'd expect to see in a survival game. It's water discipline, it's the surviving the sandstorms that sweep across Arrakis.
We hope to see survival in a survival game.
It speaks to the faction gameplay of the game. It's about, you know, siding with one of the factions, thinking about how they work together, perhaps assassinating members of the other factions. Then there's infinite exploration. Infinite exploration, which is one of the things I'm most excited about, is how the world changes over time. We have a concept called a Coriolis storm, and when it sweeps across the landscape, the sands shift, revealing new points of interest, hiding others, making the game renewed every week. Then we have combined arms. Combined arms is our combination of vehicles, melee combat, range combat, and abilities all working together to create a seamless sandbox combat experience. And finally, we have expression and customization, which is really more than just talking about like the visual expression and customization, which of course we have armor sets and clothing and a robust character creation. But in addition to that, it's really about play the way you want to play. Do you want to be a trader? You can do that. Do you want to be a fighter? Of course you can do that. Do you want to be a spy? Maybe that's the gameplay you're looking for. All of these things built into these pillars.
So the journey of the player, we've divided that into 4 parts. We think of them as
looks good.
Survive.
I was going to say it a minute ago, but then, you know,
the survive part means
half-naked guy was on screen. I didn't want you thinking that that's why.
In the protect phase,
it helps
gather
though.
some stuff. You might have a base, but you also want to make sure that nobody else comes to take it away from you. So you try to build defenses and make sure that your base is in the clear. Then, in the expand phase, you lift your gaze and you look around and you see that others have stuff as well, and you might want to take their stuff. Then, in the control phase, you may find yourself being a part of a guild or even the leader of a guild. Then, the goal is to control the flow of spice on Arrakis. However, you're never safe. There's always someone lurking around the corner. Can you really trust your second in command? So the goal of the control phase is that you are clinging to control. Whenever you get into combat in the desert of Arrakis, try to get it over with quickly, because not only are you fighting human combatants, but the planet Arrakis itself is the greatest protagonist there is.
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
And with that, the PC Gaming Show 2023 is done. And what a show it was! And what a lesson for me, honestly. AI excels at plenty, but only an absolute doofus would think it can replace the human touch. I mean, you'd have to be an irredeemable bozo, like a real human dumpster to pull that.
So that's the end of Frank AI? You are getting the band back together?
I mean, yeah, if we get another show next year, then yeah, you betcha.
If we get another show.
Well, you know, Dakota, you guy's pretty smart. I mean, I think he's actually the CEO now of PC Gamer and all subsidiary publications and IPs. I think he's got some really great ideas, but he also caddies for some very influential people on the golf course. Life comes at you fast, I guess. Either way, see you next year. Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Camera speed.
Guess we'll watch this part.
Hold on.
Oh, it's the takes.
Here it comes.
Nice.
Okay, here it is. Everyone quiet on set. Here I come. This is the big moment. Okay.
Necessary data acquired.
We want them to be able to react in the middle of a battle with maneuvering, with using abilities, with targeting things more carefully. And so we've slowed it down just a little bit to give players that breathing room to be able to express their skill.
I don't know what to do now. Imagine if I continued reading on that take that was above average. Imagine that. That's not all. Oh, fucking balls. Here we go. One more time.
Fucking balls.
Oh, hold on. I have a rogue shoelace. No! It's solved. I solved the problem. Talent took care of it by himself. Talent is an adult. I'm ready. Tell me when. If there was an award for being unbearably cute while also being unbearably fun, there's no question it'd be down to the wire between Critter Cove and yours truly. Now, I've been following Stormgate for years at this point, but for those of us who aren't me, Tell us, what the fuck was that intro? Frankie, how are the metrics looking?
We're attracting considerable viewership, John.
Keep going, keep going. Oh. Holy fucking shit. I really apologize, everyone. Don't get ice cream next year's show. Jesus. Holy shit.
It's not fair because I had to keep my mouth like this and no breathe firmly out of my mouth. This is very difficult, John.
Sorry. Shoot, did it hit you? I'm so sorry. I really apologize, everyone. I farted in it. It smells like an abandoned pig farm up here on set. It's,
Close to the end bit, you could have farted in the makeup chair with your ball cap on. Oh my god. Okay.
all right, okay. Frank AI, how are the metrics looking?
Okay, I will be right back. I've had to take a piss for like 30 minutes, but I was like, we'll wait till the end. So I will be back.